What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Hello, hello, hello. Y'all know tonight, me and Lisa gonna be talking about healing, diet, yoga, meditation. Let me pull Lisa in. Hey, put this music down.
Hey, wait a second.
Hey.
Okay. Wait, I'm here.
Okay.
What's up?
What's up, Lisa?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm tired.
You tired?
It's been a long day.
Really?
It's been a long day.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm tired. I just took a bath. And
Uh-huh.
my face is real shiny because I hydrated really good.
Oh, yeah. You look good. You glowing.
Thank you. How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm loving the background vibe. Something is happening.
Listen, I'm talking to Lisa. I got to bring that vibe. Don't play with
Listen, this
me.
is some type of vibe happening behind you. I can't figure it out though.
You can't figure it out. Well,
No,
maybe
please.
smoke a little more and you might figure it out.
Girl, I was waiting. Hey, Kisa. Like I was waiting. I'm like, come on. Yeah, I'm good. What you been doing?
Listen, working these businesses, and working this business that we about to talk about tonight.
Let's go.
Let me just talk about Lisa and how we met.
Yes.
I've been knowing Lisa for well over 10 years, right?
Oh, it's way past 10 years.
Yeah, well over 10 years. So, as y'all know, some of y'all may know, some of y'all may not know that I am an esthetician.
Bishop, this would have to be in my 20s.
Huh?
This was my 20s.
Really? Wow.
You have to sit with that. You got to remember because because my husband died when I was 30. And so you knew me before
I started you right before that happened.
Oh, you started me right before that?
Well, probably. No, was I doing you at Fairlane?
Yep.
Okay, was I doing you at 10 Mile in Greenfield?
Yep.
Oh, well, yeah, you was in your 20s then. Okay, so Lisa was my client, and she would come every time she would come to me. Not every time. I have to say I've been doing her for a while, right? And then one day she comes in and lays on my table, and I always ask my clients, how you doing? Like what's going on? And she was like, my husband died. You remember that?
Yeah.
And you just bust out crying. And I was like, I just started hugging you and praying and all that good stuff. You remember that?
I do.
And that messed with me for a while, but I saw in that how strong Lisa was.
Interesting.
Because I saw how strong you was. You may not felt like you were strong, but for me looking on the outside, looking in, it looked like it was you were strong. And so she kept coming to me a couple years down the road. She kept saying, no, not a few years down the road. Before then, she was saying, Vision, come work with me. She was getting ready to open up a spot, and she wanted me to come in and partner with her. And I was like, let me pray on that.
You did. You did. I forgot.
Yeah, I said, let me pray on that.
Yeah.
And Lisa, every 2 weeks, she came asking for like 2 years. And I kept saying, let me pray on that. Let me pray on that. Now, I will say this. there has been many clients, because I have a really large clientele,
Yeah.
that have come to me and said, come work at my spot. And I was like, no, I didn't even throw the let me pray about it. I was just like, mm-mm. And they end up slowly but surely stop coming to me because they start feeling some kind of way. Yeah. But in that, Lisa kept coming and she kept asking. And one day when the opportunity presented itself, because the spot that I was at, the girl wasn't paying her bills. And I was like, yeah, I won't be there. When y'all say they come to put the padlock on here? June 30th. All right. May 29th. I'm out, Lisa. I'm coming to your spot. And by the time I had got there, she had a partner, Tasha. Mm-hmm. And from there, like, we worked together. We ended up partnering together, getting a spa together.
Yes.
And I remember back when she was talking about Vision, because my clients and they all call me Vision. And she was like, I think I want to start doing yoga. You remember this?
Yeah.
And I was like, you do? Like, okay. She was like, well, would you come? Like, if I did yoga down here, in the spa, would you come? I was like, yeah, I'll come. And she was like, you should go to Bikram with me. And I was like, what's Bikram?
For years. Yeah.
And she was like, oh, that's hot. That's hot yoga. They make it like 100 degrees or something. I was like, oh, no, I won't be going to that. No, I won't be going to that. But Lisa, we just been cool all these years. And she started going to yoga. Now she a damn yoga master. And we're just gonna kick it tonight.
Yeah.
We're gonna kick it tonight. We're gonna talk about diet. We're gonna talk about healing the body. We're gonna talk about yoga. We're gonna talk about meditation.
Yes.
And y'all got questions, ask questions. And if y'all got comments,
ask.
Comment.
Yes, comment.
Comment, because this is for the people. This is to help the people.
You know what's really deep about this too, Vision, is like I got finished teaching earlier today. And no matter what class I teach, I taught a yoga for therapists at the massage school. And so I'm talking to massage therapists, but I teach them yoga so they can survive in their career. Mm-hmm. And we have to get into diet because it's part of being a yogi. And so some people think that, it's just, about the poses or the outfits and things. But diet has so much to do with it because you can't really vibrate higher or become a better person if you have a shitty diet. And so that's what we were talking about in class, like yesterday and today.
That is so true. It's true. You can't. Because how can you even be open to receive when you just all blocked up? Not just your intestines and your colon. I'm talking about your lymphatic system, yes, your arteries, your pores.
But people don't really look at it like that as far as their body and their healing. And so in class, I was explaining to them that, we don't, in massage and in yoga and stuff, I don't like to isolation heal, meaning that I don't want you to come and go, oh, Lisa, it's just my back. And then that's the only thing I'm going to work on. The body is a whole unit and it's one, and you can't treat it as a separate individual. So I think that's why the diet and nutrition is so important when it comes into it, because your diet it's everything. It's your fuel. And I was teaching the massage therapists that, like, if you have to be able, you remember like the days, girl, we in the shop working, doing, I'm 8-9 clients a day. Now for you, Vision busting out 50 people a day. Like dumb numbers that I can't even conceive, right? But me, okay, I'm in
not 50, but I said not 50, not quite.
But still, like, I'm like exhausted, going through my process.
Yeah, because you're using your whole body.
Your whole body. And so your whole body gets congested. And so you have to be able to release that congestion. And that's what happened in the yoga class we did this weekend. The students were opening up and releasing, and then they realized, like, shit, it's so many blockages coming up. emotional, physical, and then, you know, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's real as shit.
It's real as shit.
But tell me about your cooking class yesterday.
Girl, that cooking class was the bomb.
What
We
did you
had
cook?
so much fun. Girl, we made puff puff cocktail pizza.
That's cute.
Yeah, girl. It's a out cold pizza on a puff pastry, and I had them hook that damn pizza sauce up, and I was telling them don't get no cheese, even though some people was hard headed and they got cheese anyway. Vegan cheese.
Oh, they got vegan cheese?
Yeah,
Well,
vegan cheese. Yeah.
you didn't want them to get vegan cheese?
I didn't want them with cheese at all. I wanted them to trust me. Majority of them trusted me, and they was like, "You right? It don't need cheese."
Okay, just wait a second. Pause. You made a vegan pizza with no cheese.
Mm-hmm. All
What?
day.
What? Okay, what was on it?
Okay, so listen. Well, on mine, I had broccoli, artichoke, basil, spinach,
Oh, well, that was a whole
banana
vibe,
pepper.
though. Like, that was a whole thing, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. And they was in there telling me like, you don't understand, like, because I said one of my favorite pizza spots is
It is
Blaze
cheese.
Pizza,
Oh, I love
and
Blaze.
so I was like, I wanted to make
Yeah.
something that reminded me of Blaze Pizza, but a healthier version. And they was like, this pizza tastes better than Blaze. Yeah, and see what your ass missed out on for not coming yesterday?
Okay, so look, I gotta tell you what happens. Like, this is like no bullshit. This is what happens. I want to be virtually with you and everything.
You
Like,
do?
I absolutely do.
Okay.
But like, even coming home now and after I leave work and having to do this, like after work is like a oof. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Because
I
the
already
day,
know.
you already know, right? So, you know, girl, first of all, before I even got on here, girl, I was in the tub for an hour. You know, my baths are fucking heaven. So I've been in the tub, girl, kicking my leg up, twirling my arm, breathing, moisturizing, getting ready for this call. And so when the night comes after I leave work, the evening is so decompressive. And then I just got to watch a bunch of hood ratchet shit to
Mm-hmm.
balance my day, you know? Like,
Mm.
I know that's weird, right?
No,
Like the day is so peaceful and so positive. I don't know. Like, so usually at
it's
nighttime,
exactly what it is. What you said it is. Balance.
it's balance. Shit, I was watching BMF right before I got on.
Really? Me and my husband was talking about that. We was talking about that. We gotta watch
I
that.
was watching BMF right before I was watching it on the app, waiting for you to pop on. I'm like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You gotta reset. Zeno said that you gotta reset.
You got to reset and build yourself, you know, back up and just feel better. And that's
Let,
what.
let me say this about Lisa too. What I noticed that she was connected to the earth. I didn't know that that's what it was back then.
How was it?
But when I tell you she was never wearing shoes, even in the wintertime in Detroit, Michigan, it would be snow outside, and here she come with no, just flip-flops, no socks. And
That's
one
good.
time we was leaving together and it was at night, and I said, where your coat? And she was like, at home. I said, oh, you must got an automatic starter. No, I just rushed out the house and I thought my coat was in the car and it wasn't. I just came to work. I was like, ma'am. But she's always been like that. Feet in the grass, feet on the ground, never wearing shoes. Like it,
But it
it, it
always,
was
it's
it
how
was
I
in
feel
your
better.
soul.
That's how I feel. Like, you know, it's one of those things, like, that's just how I feel better. And for other people, it makes them uncomfortable, right? It makes them uncomfortable because they feel like you should be buttoned up, or you should have this on, or why don't you have on a hat, or why don't you have on shoes? Or really what they're saying is, why don't you look like everybody else? Why don't you
Mm-hmm.
do what I'm doing? Why don't you come over here like this? That's really what they're telling me. And whereas the whole time they don't know, I'm all over here like not conforming, not conforming,
Right, right,
not
right.
conforming. Like, whatever you are, like, I don't want that. And I've always known that too. Like, you know, even as being very young, just watching people like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Like, or I see how people will move in different situations at work and businesses. I always knew I could never have like a 9 to 5. It just wasn't even inside of me for anything like that to even be possible. Right. First of all, they would fire me. That's first the fuck off. Like
they was gonna fire you?
No, I mean, it just wouldn't work.
Quit. I quit.
Because I can't take it.
Yeah, you know? I can't.
I can't, like, after a while, like, I'm gonna rock with you for a minute, and then after a minute, I'll be like, yo, we keep doing the same thing every day. I'm gonna come back every third Wednesday, and then that way I won't get bored.
Let me tell you something. When I first moved out here to LA, I had started managing at this spa, girl. I was like, now you already know how I am. I don't be liking to be feeling like I got no boss. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I work for myself. So at that point, I had a boss. And it was the owner, and he also did massage. Mm-hmm. And his office was right behind the front desk. Some of them rich white women that would be coming up in there. Mm-hmm. The way some of them was trying to talk to me. And I was like, boo, this is a spa and this music is going, but I'm not the one to talk to like that. Like, ma'am, when I tell you, I turned around and I said, when is it too much for you to tell a client when the client does enough to make you say, don't come back? And he said, never. And when he said never, I was like, oh, I got to go.
Because ask me that.
No, shit, ask me that. You know, I done told clients, did they hook their face, their skin up and said, it would be in your best interest and in my best interest is if you found you someplace else to go.
Absolutely.
Don't come back. Don't come back. No. I got in this because I'm running from my childhood. I'm running from a very violent past. I'm running from anger issues. You know what I'm saying? I'm running from all of that. I need to be in this spa-like environment. You understand what I'm saying?
Get that part though. Huh? You know, I don't think people understand that part. Like, I think that they may think that we're just like very nice people and you want to do, no, I'm being serious. I don't think that they understand the space where that comes from is why people do what they do. And when I was in therapy, well, you know, I'll share my story shortly after yours, but my therapist, she said that usually people end up doing, she called it some type of therapist name, but it's when you get your lesson and from something, and then you go do something to come back.
Ladybug Hug said, I felt that in my soul.
Don't
come back. And they be like, no, I'm not saying that. No, that's what I'm saying. None of them didn't want to go as much hell as they was bringing. But I gave them 3 times. I give a client 3 times to stress me out. And it's like the 3rd time strikes out.
See, you're nice. Because really? I don't give 3.
You don't?
No. It could just be 1. You could have a badass day that she could go left and we could just stay left. You know what I mean? Especially if I don't know you. You know what I mean? Like, if I know you, man, now you got 9 lives if I know you and I love you. Okay. Like, we can work that out. But if I don't know you and you just come in off the street and it's like bad, I'm like, oh, okay. Have a good day.
Really?
I'll see you at CVS. Yeah. Because the thing is that inside of me, my job is my peace, just like you said that, right? Like, my job is my peace. And so that's where I go. That's where the space is created, you know, for peace. It's like you for calm. And when you saying, you know, what you're running from and to create that space. So everything you bring in there is to calm that space down. And so people, they don't realize when they come in there with their vibrational, energetic, bullshitty energy, you know, it's not one of those things that you want to deal with. And so even as clients, like, y'all should really respect people when you go because you never know the day that people are having, and usually people that do the type of work that we do. Daryl, that's my stylist. I love you. That's Daryl and Vision.
Hey, Daryl, I remember Daryl.
You remember
Hey,
Daryl?
Daryl. See, look, that's how long we go back. What's up, Daryl?
She just decorated the new space, girl. So, like,
Oh, yeah, I already know it's
see it this
fire.
week, yeah, when you come see it this week, you'll see it. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's
Yes,
beautiful.
yes. All
Just
money
finished it.
ain't good money. That's right. All money ain't good money.
No, and it's not worth it, and it's not worth the stress. And I'm sure Geraldine could attest to that too, because she's been a hairstylist for probably over 30 years. But the same thing in dealing with the public, you know, just because you have a client that can come on a regular basis like that, because they could be so shitty, you don't even want them to come.
Right.
You know, like I don't feel like dealing with it. I don't. And for me, because I feel so much energetically, like it is for me one visit, you know. And I don't know if that's a fairness or not, but it just is what it is. Love.
Look, it's
look,
when I feel like when a customer comes, they come in to you for your professionalism, and they're coming to you to get a service.
Okay. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so there's an exchange there.
It is.
You know what I mean? And both people can kind of sway where that relationship go. Yeah. You know what I mean? But all in all, us being in the spa industry, I never came to work with an attitude. My clients never really knew I had an attitude unless I really had an attitude with somebody. But I didn't bring nothing to work. My grandmother passed. And I came to work. My grandma that I said, if something happened to her, you're going to have to put me in there with her.
Right.
I came to work. My brother was murdered. I went to work.
Right.
I didn't tell nobody that it had happened. I worked and I did my clients and I went home and I handled my life outside of there.
I got you, Z. I'm gonna wait her finish. Wait a second. When did you tell anybody? When did you tell people he got murdered?
I don't even know if I did, to tell you the truth. I don't.
So look, because I want to ask you this. So do you feel like it's a space where, because whereas though like I'm very private in some things and very open in some other areas, but even with that, like I don't necessarily want to have those conversations. Like, and when even when I was on your table and had to tell you that my husband died, like I had prepared myself to say it. And she said, just mentioned your brother the other day. That's what Love said.
Oh.
Yeah. That's sweet. That's sweet. That's beautiful right there in the hearts. That's sweet. What was I saying? Damn, that threw me about your brother.
I know. Me too. I'm like,
so sweet. It was so sweet. I'm like, oh,
yeah. Okay. What was she talking about, y'all?
I can't remember what I was just saying.
Tell her. Put it in the comments.
Like, I'll just talk about something else. Oh, but Z was asking about transmuting energy. That's what he said. He said, have y'all ever transmuted energy when people come in? Yeah. So this is this is the part where I teach a lot in my classes is that, you know, just because you get bad energy pushed on you, she asked if she ever told anyone. If I ever told anyone what?
Oh, my brother. Did I even tell anybody about my brother?
Amanda. Thank you. And I gotta say this too. Her name is Amanda, right?
Yes.
I gotta tell you a story about that too. Amanda, stay on here.
Please stay on here, Amanda, because we're gonna get on you.
About Damon. Oh, when she was on your table. Oh wow. Okay, wow. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. I told you and I told Tisha because we were partners. This is when we had the spa. And we was partners. So but my clients, I might have told out of 100 and something clients.
That's Tisha.
I probably told maybe 3. Yeah. And when my grandmother passed and I went to work, at that time I was working at Northland.
Wow.
And I came to work. The only way they knew is because people was calling up there. And I was like, I wasn't really feeling the people that I was working with like that. It was some that I got along with, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I was like, look, I'm coming here and I'm doing my clients and I'm out. I'm coming here and I'm doing my clients and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's how I kind of, kind of been, you know.
You do.
But no, I didn't tell them. And it was like, well, where's the funeral? I don't know where the funeral is because I'm not inviting you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how I was feeling, but it was just important for me not to bring any of my outside feelings
Into
to
work.
work.
That shit is so hard. Listen, especially because as therapists and as healers, Tisha, I love you, and it's all of that. Like, it's so hard, not to do
Tisha.
that. I know, but that's something that we gotta do, is not to bring that in, because I know that if I can energetically like give this to you, right? Just as you can energetically give it to me. And
Right.
so in rooting and grounding, that's a lot of the stuff that I teach, how to protect yourself, how to balance yourself. And also a lot of the reason why I'm always with no shoes on. Like people call that shit like earthing now. And I don't know, maybe they called that shit back in the day. But they just walk outside. It's called earthing with no shoes on.
Right.
Like, and you'll see these pictures of people just like, but whatever, just take your shoes off and go outside. Like, there is a vibe from the earth that goes with the vibe from your feet, and electronically, like you fizzle together, and it balances you out to walk through life. So I can never really say, like, I just know, like, I feel better. And if you try to capture me or enclose me or put me in this, like, you're choking me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I gotta go.
Right.
Like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Right,
Like, I
right.
can't even stay in that type of space.
Well, you know what? A lot of that has to do with, a lot of things have to do with how we was raised and how we was brought up and the things that we went through in our lives. Now, whatever you went through in your life had you be open so that people can even get in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like that.
I'm thinking.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah.
me, with how I was brought up, I was like, if your family can do it to you, like, I ain't trusting nobody. So I went into everything with a wall up.
Got
You
you.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
I'm never inviting you to my house. I'm never saying let's go out to eat. Like, I wasn't going out to eat with the people when I started being an esthetician. When I was doing hair, yes, we kicked it with with the people we worked with. But when I became an esthetician, I wasn't going out to eat. Is like, all right, it's lunchtime. When I was at Northland, it's lunchtime, so I'm about to go get me something to eat. I don't go over there with you. It was kind of that kind of thing. It wasn't like, come on, let's go over here and get something to eat.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. See, and like for me, hey Bianca, baby, but like, and for me, like, I am that person too, where I'm in solitude more than I am anything, right? And it's something that I appreciate, and people will feel like, I'm so open, and I am so open when I'm working. Like, I just want to be really clear about that. And so that's where the line goes.
That's what it is with me.
No, I'm dead.
You gotta talk.
I'm dead ass serious. Like, I seriously want to put on the shirt and be like, my office hours are, right? But then it sounds bold, but it's like, it's how I feel, because I'm so open when I'm at work and when I have that space. But when I'm not there, I don't have that space. You see, like, I don't have it because now I have to go and get my space and get my energy back together in order to do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, even now,
would you consider yourself introvert or extrovert or introverted extrovert?
I think that I'm an extrovert introvert, because I'm extremely like, hey, I'm out, I'm talking, let's do this. If we out, I'm cool, but like, don't ask me to go out with you. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm also that friend too, that I'll be like, I'll just come by. Like, what are you doing at the house? Like, but then everybody that, like, then I'm considered lame and what's wrong with her and that. But like, my best friend's like cool and Shawan, like we went to a concert at Shane. Like the shit fucking drove me bananas, dog. It drove me
You was ready to
bananas.
go.
It was so many people there. It was so many people there. And so for someone like me, I can't handle that, right? And so then they're looking at me like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, bitch, you don't feel all these fucked up people in here? You know what I'm saying?
You about to make me...
You ever been in a space full of demons? You understand me? I be having my hoodie on, like, looking like the Unabomber in that bitch. Like, sunglasses, like I'm a D-boy or something. Like, please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me.
You know what, Lisa? We've been knowing each other all these years.
That's why I don't go. That's why I should not go. Because that's why I shouldn't go. And they don't ask me to go no more. They don't ask me.
Listen, we've been knowing each other all these years, and I never knew that we was like the same like that. I'm that friend that would be like, no, don't invite me to the party. Don't invite me. No. Oh, you going out with your friends? Oh, have fun. You want to go? No. I'll see you when you get back. You can come over. Like, you come over when you get done with the club. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I'm not getting jealous. I don't care if you got friends. Have as many friends you want to have. You know what I mean? I know how to deal with you. You know how to deal with me. Yeah. I'm not the person that's like, let me make friends. Let me make friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm more like no new friends. So if I'm attached, if I feel attached or drawn to people, it's for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Like, see, but that's tough. So then you say that, right? So
that's what happened with you, Amanda, if you still on here.
Yeah, right. And I got a story about Amanda too. But wait, not even just Amanda, but just Amanda in general, but also
okay.
Wait, I'll go in and out, but don't even ride with me because I'm paying $30 to get in and out of 10.
Wait a minute. Wait, let me read that again.
I'll go,
but I'm in it. Oh, she'll go to the party, but she in and out. Yes. And don't even ride with me because I'm paying $30 to get in. And when I'm out, then I will do that too. Like, no, you're not riding with me. If you are, you leaving when I say we're leaving. Look, and then, you was the bossy friend, Lisa. You was the bossy friend.
I'm not probably, like, because what's interesting is that I don't know, like, I'm learning later in life, like, how people perceive me. Like, how I perceive myself and how people perceive me are two completely different fucking things. Like, I didn't know that, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, for me, I see myself as one way, right? But then when people say shit about me, I'll be like, oh, damn, I'm kind of fucked up. You know, like, when they repeat things that I say or they say the things that I do. But it's reflection, right?
I love you.
I'm not mad at it. It's just self-reflection. That's how I take it. I'm like, oh. And then I'll go, wow, is that how you took that? And then, then they'll look at me like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess you did take it like that. And then I just, if I decide to clear it up,
Look, why do I feel like you might?
I used to think you were mean, Lisa, when we were kids.
Right, yeah, because he's the thing. Really? You used to think she was mean? Wow, people used to think I was mean. When my friends would tell me stuff, like, every time we would get into a locker together, you would always kick me out of the locker. And one of them said, and one time my mom was like, no, I'm gonna buy you your own lock, and then she can't kick you out. And then she was like, can you come share a locker with me? I was like, yeah, okay. And then I kicked her out that locker too. But I didn't know I was, acting like that. I was the friend that you see. I was the type of person. There's no such thing as peer pressure for me. Yeah. There has never been. Nobody could ever make me do nothing that I did not want to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, bribe me. Not bribe me. Blackmail me. And then, that was a different story. But other than that, I was the friend that was like, come on, you about to go with me, and we about to go over over my boyfriend house. And I know your mama only let you come to my house only. I had them friends where I was the friend that can only come over their house. Because they mothers love me. You know what I mean? I would never go get them in trouble, but you coming over because I'm the only house you can spend a night. Come on, and we're gonna go over to my boyfriend's house.
So you did the slick shit.
I did the slick shit, right? And took my friends with me to do. I never did slick shit by myself because I was always trying. You gonna come? You gonna watch my back, and I'm gonna watch your back. I never went none of them places by myself, but I was always the mama. Like, cover up your drink. Don't let nobody put nothing in your drink. Keep your hand up your drink all night. Don't buy no crushed up no cans that got no dents in them. Watch your back. You know what I'm saying?
That was me, girl. And see, so people would be saying I was paranoid. Because listen, this was the funniest story in the fucking world. My sister went to Howard. And so when she was at Howard, she's like, Lisa, come down here. We going to a party. And they, they having all this shit. Right? Yes, Mama Bear. So we get to the party. And first of all, I go, Lori, when we get there, I said, how we getting to the party? Because, I'm like, where the car at? This and this. And I'm sorry. I don't take buses like that. Like, I didn't grow up like that. I mean, listen, this is something.
I'll hop on the bus in a minute. You ain't going to take me? You don't want to take me down?
This is something that I also have learned in life is that, like, one of my friends, she keep telling me, she's like, you
hop on the bus. I'll say that.
Well, I'm not going to let you middle class shame me. I didn't take no bus when I was little. I got picked up and I got motherfucking dropped off.
Oh, so that's what middle class is.
Yeah, that's what I
picked up and dropped off.
Well, because I don't know. Earthquake be saying he not gonna let people rich class shame him. Shit, I know I wasn't rich, but I also knew I was moving around. And then once I was the type of person that I realized, like, when I was working at Saint La Vie at the mall, like, my mother told me, like, I had to take a bus in order to get there because there was no car. So what? Well, then, no, I'm not doing that. Let me go find somebody with a car. Do you see what I'm saying? So I had to take a bus a couple of times, but then I got some type of a sense, right? I didn't want to do that. So
it got to a point where I was like, I'm not getting, only time I caught a bus is when I wanted to go somewhere different. You know what I mean? School and all that, we got dropped. But look, I want to go skating and you ain't going to drop me off. I'm catching the bus because I'm going by myself. It was that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But when I got older and I got in high school.
Somebody said I wasn't rich, but I didn't take the bus. See, people be.
Okay.
See, but I just want to. Go ahead.
Okay, so
we need our own lane because people be mad at us too. I just want y'all to know that. I just want to say with these people that we wasn't rich, but we wasn't poor either. You see what I'm saying? But they be hating on this one group. I'm with you. Go ahead, Vision.
Okay. Okay, look, what I was saying something. You don't make me mess up my train of thought. Oh, okay. So look, it got to a point to where I was like, no, I'm not the bus. I'm not catching the bus. And I had to go to like summer school because I had graduated high school, because I fucked up in 9th grade, 10th grade. I skipped, 9th grade, skipped. Yeah, girl, I skipped right across from the security office in the bathroom.
Okay, so wait, what did your people say?
No, the girl, see, they didn't know. I told you, let me tell you. Now, I lived in the house with my grandmother, so all the grandkids lived in the house or whatever, and it was like we kind of did what we wanted to do. But every time she said, "Where's your report card?" I was like, "Oh, they mailing it." So she they literally saw 2 report cards the whole time I was in high school. My very first one, which was a 1.83.
Go Vision. That's what I'm talking about.
And my last one was almost a 4.0. Because I straightened up. But I still had to graduate in high school. I mean, graduate in summer school. And I told my mama, I said, look, I need to drive your car every day to summer school. Because if I got to catch the bus, I'm dropping out of school.
What did she say?
Well, take the car. But I did the same thing to my counselor because I got to choose my last. See, when I decided that I wanted to graduate, I was like, okay, I went to my counselor and I said, listen here, I need English 1 and English 7. And I needed 2 science classes. I needed 2 history classes. I needed 2 math classes. You know what I mean? And I was like, don't
So
give me no
you just
lunch.
so you just made them up in the end?
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to. I
I
was
was gonna
supposed
say
to.
they let you do that.
I was supposed to graduate in January, but I said no. When I make my mind up, oh, I'm always gonna figure out a way to go around something. So I went to my counselor, and I said, "This is the schedule I need. Go and give me a 1 to 8, because you know people was having 1 to 3s." I said, "Go and give me a full schedule, 1 to 8, and don't give me no lunch." She said, "Well, I have to give you a lunch. I have to get every student a lunch." I said, "Listen, if I have to graduate in January, I'm dropping out of school."
And they said, okay.
She was like, okay, well, she gave me the schedule I wanted because I already had it. And I said, I'll take social studies 1 and econ and government in summer school. This is everything. I had everything planned out. And that's exactly what I did. But I had made my mind up. My husband talking about some lying ass.
I don't know what you lying about. I don't know which part you lying about though.
I don't know.
I
Remind
don't
me,
know what you
baby.
lying about.
Oh yeah, I know he did too. My husband did the same thing too. You know what I mean? He was messing up, he was skipping and all that stuff too, but then decided that he wanted to graduate. It was the same thing. We lived around the corner from each other.
Okay, but see, look, but like I skated through school very nicely. You know what I mean? Because I did just enough to get through because I didn't want to be there. I never wanted to be there.
You know what? Finish this so
I
we
never
can get
wanted
on.
to be there.
Look, finish this, and we need to get back on our talk because we talking like we
do.
We
I
gotta.
know we gotta talk about Amanda. I know we gotta talk about Amanda. But like, yeah, I didn't want to be there, and I always knew I didn't want to be there. I always knew this institution that was trying to conform and have me in these certain ways didn't work. I knew that I would like feel uncomfortable and things would be weird, and that my mind wasn't able to understand stuff. You know, like I knew that, and I knew they couldn't teach me properly, but I didn't have a choice because I didn't have another fucking option.
Right.
That's it.
Okay, let's talk about Amanda, and then after we talk about Amanda, then we're gonna go ahead and talk about this yoga and diet and stuff like that.
Okay.
We ain't really talked about that.
Okay. Let's go.
No, you said you gotta talk about Amanda. You want to talk about Amanda?
Oh
first?
yeah, Amanda. Where is she? Where's she at?
Amanda, are you first? Or are you still in here, Amanda? If not, then we gonna leave Amanda to last.
Let me see if I can find her. Oh, here she go. No, I don't know how to send her. I don't know. Okay, but go ahead. We can talk about yoga and diet when she comes in.
Okay. Oh no, she's here.
Okay. So this was the crazy thing about it. So like I have known vision, you know, all this time, right? And so then Amanda, who is spiritually dope, on Instagram, like always just been a fan. She just always, seems spiritually dope, like her name, and that's just real. And so her vibe was always, just very cool, on there. So I would look, I would follow, I would comment, I was always about the stuff she was with and doing. So I liked it. And I didn't even know that her name was Amanda, right? So here's a really trippy story. So like when my husband died, when he was in the car accident, it was a young lady that was outside walking her dog. And the person that was in the car with him left him, but the person outside walking the dog who was with him when he died and stayed till the police got there and everything, her name was Amanda. And so every time that I meet somebody named Amanda, I'm always like, wow, I know you're like such this awesome person. And a student challenged me the other day, like, have you ever looked her up? And I just said no. Like, I've never went and gone and got the paperwork because I don't remember her last name, like off the top of my head. But a few years ago, my oldest son got sick and he had this eye infection. We could not clear this shit up for nothing. And we kept going back and forth to the doctor. And then finally this lady came in, this last appointment, and she said, hi, I'm Amanda. How can I help you? And she was a doctor. I was like, oh, we good now. So I'm saying that to say, like, Amanda, like when you said her name was Amanda, it's always been a beautiful space with someone named Amanda that has come to make peace or make things nice and right. That's what I want to say. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. And we can expound on Amanda a little later too.
Yeah.
After we get done, if you still be in here, Amanda. But so let's talk about this yoga, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about yoga and the benefits of yoga when it comes to the body as a whole in healing and meditation?
Well, I mean, I think it's necessary for everyone. I don't think it's just for some people. I think yoga is necessary for everyone, because it's a breathing practice first. And as much education as people get, in school, I have a degree in business, but so fucking what? They didn't teach me how to breathe. You so see what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
like, so it doesn't matter. So, you can come behind you with all of these different letters, initials, things that can mean all of these things, but can also mean absolutely nothing if you don't know how to take care of yourself. And so a lot of my clients come from very stressful backgrounds, much like myself. And so yoga heals the body and the mind. And that's just hands down, from the breath to the movements, from the meditation part of it. It is a full, complete healing practice.
Excuse me. I can agree to that and attest to that also in my life, and I can speak for, in my husband's life too.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little something about story about yoga, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what me and my husband seen in somebody else's life. So when we started going to the yoga studio in our building, right?
Mm-hmm.
And matter of fact, before I tell this story, let me go back a little bit, right? So back when I was in Detroit, I was like heavy in the church. Me and my husband,
I
heavy in the
remember.
church. You remember?
Remember.
And one of the pastors there will always be like, listen, y'all, don't mess with that yoga. Don't mess with that yoga because, them poses and, some of the stuff that they be praying to and such and such. And, he actually stepped to my husband, was like, yeah, it makes you stay away from that yoga. And so usually when you so deep in the church like that, most of the time you don't read the word like you should so that you can
Yeah.
interpret it the way that it should be interpreted. You
Yeah.
look at the person that's in the pulpit a lot of the times, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And so said this and they said this over the pastor said this, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that kind of becomes law.
Right.
And when we left and we came out here to LA, and we got away from that and we really started seeing what it was to be not be religious and to be spiritual, and we got into yoga, that conversation came back to me and it infuriated me when we met, who I'm about to tell you who we met downstairs in the yoga studio. So it's a guy by the name of Roger, right? Roger, they had told Roger he was in an accident, and they had told Roger that he would never walk again.
Uh-huh.
And Roger came to yoga every day for 2 years while in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time we got there, we didn't know that he was told that he could never walk again.
He was
We
walking by
didn't
then.
see him by that time walking,
Yeah.
driving, running. And when I
Mm-hmm.
say was a beast
Yeah.
in yoga, a beast. So it infuriated me. And I was like, tell that shit to Roger. Cause you want somebody come up in here, you gonna tell them to pray. Or you gonna pray. And that's fine. Pray. Pray. But I'm gonna need you to do something too. Don't pray and just wait for it to fall out the sky. Pray and then go and get that shit. Cause if you want it, you're gonna have to attract it to you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the only way you gonna do that, a magnet, it comes close like that.
Yeah.
That's how you gonna attract it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Tell that to him. Tell that to my husband that can barely even touch his damn knees.
Right.
Forget touching the floor. Hands on the floor. You're talking about, I think I might, go to yoga teacher training. You know, stuff like that. I'm like, and I'm seeing what it's doing in his body, and I'm seeing what it's doing in my body, in my mind, the breathing, to know that you can take oxygen anywhere you want to take it in your body, and you feel it. You feel that shit going there too.
You do.
If you tell that oxygen to go in that painful right leg or that painful big toe, you can send it there. And that's what people lack, oxygen.
Well, see, they don't realize that's what it is.
No, they
Okay.
don't.
And so the mind, and because the doctors don't allow them to see it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So even like in all the classes I teach, and I was trying to explain it to people, like they'll think again, we're one unit, right? We're not separate units. We are one unit. So we're not just treating the mind. You're not just treating the heart. You're not just treating the stomach. You have to treat the body. Hi, hey, how you doing, Southwest? So like you have to treat the entire body as a whole thing. And when you don't do that, like you're fucked. And that's the part of it. But in yoga, when you incorporate the breath and the movement and the postures, and we can talk about why it's illegal, or why they made it illegal.
Mm-hmm.
And it was and you know, religion itself is really, to me, in my opinion, is a whole cult-based practice. I don't really care like which religion it is. If you put people in a group and mandate laws and then control the way they move, like that's very cultish to me, whether you want to say it's a religion or a cult, you know,
Mm-hmm.
however that works. And then it begins to change your mind frame and how you think, and then you treat people differently. So even though this religion that's supposed to be based in love and forgiveness and all this other bullshit that you're supposed to have this stuff based in, it's really not based in that once you get in there, because you feel like, hey, we're not moving in that direction, and now I feel like I'm locked up and chained. Once you realize what freedom is, you know, in
Yes.
it. And so yoga is like, it's not a religion. It's just a space for you to breathe. And the reason why it became illegal, and they put it in this illegal part of it, is because they feel like the first writings of it like came from India, and so it was written in Sanskrit, and so were the pictures in the wall, and it just means that these were the first writings of it. That doesn't mean that it's the religion of it. And so religious people get tripped out.
Sanskrit goes way beyond biblical pages.
I mean, I know that, but see, but you're talking to respectfully, not more simple-minded people, okay? So these are people that are only listening to what the other people have told them and the basis from it, and so they're taking it as gospel, you know, because yes, religion teaches division, spirituality is about relationship and practice. Thank you. Religion is all about division.
Right.
Because in a religion, like if you act this way, then we'll cut you out, and if you do this, then we'll cut you out, and if you do this, we'll cut you out, right? Which is, so spirituality doesn't necessarily have that same thing around it,
right?
And it's jacked up, because then the yoga in it has caused people to believe that it's a religion, and so that they can't practice.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, and a high amount of people of color, meaning Black people, feel as though like it's not their thing. Mm-hmm. Or, you know, how can I get to that? And I can't do that pose, and I can't put that outfit on, and I'm not able to do this. Like it's all bullshit though. Mm-hmm. It's all a matrix of shit that's not even real. Like yoga is for everyone, and it started out as a breathing practice and meditation. But people get scared. I had a young lady that used to, and she was an older lady. She would come to my classes at a club when I used to teach out there. And one day she quit coming for like a month. And then she came back and said she was Catholic. And the people at her church told her to stop coming. But then she got sicker while she was gone, because she had a breathing problem. And so in class, she didn't really do no poses. We just breathe, and I would just go over next to her, give her a nice massage.
So you having her get that oxygen in her body, and they told her to stop where she's getting the oxygen where she needs, and learning to put it in her body so that she can heal, and that she allowed that religion to stop it until she saw what it did to herself, apparently.
She got too sick and she came back. She was like, Lisa, she was like, and when she came back, she was, at that point, her lungs had been even more compromised. You see, and I told them, because I said, I would love, because I'm all for healthy conversations and debates, you know, especially with religious people, because I was brought up in church. So it's not that I don't know the word, you know, I was brought up in the saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost field. Should I still speak in tongues and cuss you out in the same religion?
Hey.
You know, what religion? All religions are cults. That's just how I feel. I'm not saying you have to feel
my
like
doctor
that.
recommended yoga treatment for
Yes.
my asthma. And that's amazing, because most doctors don't be saying go to yoga.
Yes. And that's what it's for. It's for all that, but it's not just for asthma. If you could go for high blood pressure, you could go for your kidneys, you could go for stress, you could go for MS, you can go for autoimmune disease, you can go for anything. That's the thing. The whole practice heals the body. It's like swimming. You know, when you swim, you use your whole body. When you do yoga, you use your whole body. So that's it. And so to make it, when religions and when cultist people like do that shit, like I just laugh, especially because y'all are the worst, like literally the worst. And so
they don't see it like that. For me to be away from it, it looks like a lot of people, you know, they go and it does say, you know, don't forsake the when the saints come together, some stuff like that, right? They go and it's like it get cliquish, and these people hanging with these people and these people hanging with those people, and everybody looking at the pastor because the pastor driving the best and the pastor living the best, you know what I'm saying? And everybody looking at them. So now they aspiring to have that, and they expiring to have that respect, and they expiring to have that money, and they expiring to have all this stuff. And now they want a position so bad that they gonna push and pull and tug and push people out the way so that they can go ahead and get a damn title, when they want to sit there and put God in a box in one Bible. That's the thing that irritates me, because God is infinite and he is everywhere. He created everything. Trillions and billions and trillions of galaxies. This earth is billions of years old, and you want to hold on to a 2,000-year-old book? Not saying that stuff in there, some of the stuff in there wasn't right.
But do you really think it was right?
Some of it, because...
So wait, just stay with me.
I'm going to say some of it because it was transcribed and brought down from Sanskrit, from tablets.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Let me just ask you this. And I just mean real shit right now. Please believe. I believe in God. So this is not a diss. This is a diss on the transcribers, right? And Z maybe say partially. I don't know if he's talking to me or not. Partially. The vision. If I write something down and I give it to you, and then you write it down and then give it to Z, and then Z write it down and give it to Tisha, and then Tish write it down and give it to Jaylani. So this happened how many times? And I don't know.
A lot.
Okay, so I don't know. So all I'm saying is that I don't know. You know, I don't know. So I listen to my soul and what's truth, right? Mm-hmm. It's been fragmented, right? It's been fragmented. And because I don't know the fragmented of the pieces, like I can't put it back together, right? Mm-hmm. So I just go with my soul. Right. That means that I can't go like, hey, it's just this perspective. Yes, it's my perspective.
But this is the thing. You gotta be led the way that you led, because it's you. You know what I mean? Who am I to tell you you gotta feel like this, or you gotta believe this, or you?
But listen, you know, when I was a kid, I used to be looking at them like, you know, there's some bullshit, right? Like without.
But you know what? Me and my husband studied because we came out here, and when I say we started to go down the rabbit hole of research, because we wanted to know the truth. Our journey was for truth. Yeah. So the only time you're going to be able to know is if you study and you go deep down into the ancient teachings. Right. You understand what I'm saying? We're not taught that, you know, especially in the church, that Buddha was before Jesus. Buddha was before Jesus.
Right. Well, look, and see, James said you are studying words by men. Thank you, James. That's my point right there. That's my point. And then you know what? I've always questioned this too. That I've just been wondering. Right? It's the words by men. Yeah, but you know, Jesus and God say so very little in it, right?
You say what?
They say so very little in it.
What?
Like just their word. I mean, everything is told by, this is the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, you know, these are their words telling their stories, right?
Oh, but this is the thing. Ain't none of in the New Testament though, ain't none of them, the ones that wrote it, none of them walk with Jesus. So why, you understand what I'm saying? You talking about
Vision,
Jesus
listen.
and none of them walk with them.
So how can I take your word? How do I take your word?
Exactly. That's my point.
Like
that's what I'm saying when I say people hold on.
We could write a Bible. That's what Katie D said. Katie, let's write a Bible.
Listen. No, but okay, well listen. My point. You stupid.
No, she said that. Yes, James. I'm a believer. Look, here was the thing. Like, I believe. But me believing in God and me believing in the Bible are two different things, dog. That's just how I feel. That me believing in God or me believing in Jesus is completely different than me taking this book that you gave me and said, yo, this is right. Because one thing,
that's true.
And that's really how I feel.
Yeah, that's how I feel like that too.
Like, I know that I'm not here on my own. I know God is here. I have talked to Spirit. I have felt it, you know. So I know and I believe. I just don't, stand on faith. But I just don't necessarily know if your stories are accurate or, you know, the way that you received your stories and how they got transcribed and now how we're reading them. And then when I was a kid, I would always go, because tell me if you did this when you get to church. You ever been to church and they've been like, this is my pine cone. I keep it for my third eye. Yes, all love, James. No bullshit. I explain this later, bitch. This is my pine cone.
Okay.
But this gonna be my mic right now. You ever been to church and you be like, I was reading over James 1:11 one more time. Have y'all read that before? And then they read it to you. And then he done taught you one way. But then after they read it another way, they teach it to you a whole nother way. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
It's all about interpretation.
So
some of it is about influence, and you know, some of it is magic.
That was a hell of a pause.
Because I was like, you know, look, it was something in
the foolery in the church. Yes, I see truth in everything. Bible has some. Yes. That's what happened.
Let me say this. Let me say this. The reason why, like with the route that I went, right? So you know, I went this whole natural herb diet, you know, walk because 6 years ago my husband was diagnosed with prostate cancer, which you know that. I think you know that, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And they only gave him 3 years to live. And so I was like, no, we're not. We ain't trying to hear this. You know how I feel about my husband.
Yeah.
You know, and anybody that know me know how I feel about my husband.
Absolutely.
So I was like, oh, okay, what we got to do? So that's what I mean when I say I'm studying ancient, you know what I'm saying, ways, because how would I know to use these herbs? And how would I know? And they working though.
Yes.
From the stuff that God put down here. You understand?
It's already here. It's already here.
It's already here.
It's already here.
And he already supposed to be been up out of here 3 years ago.
And he's still here.
Oh, he here.
And
he
that's
feel the healthiest that he feel. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, when I see the church, from me being away from it like that, I see people wanting to go and hang around people and have a good time and dress the best and get with their friends and all that, when really that ain't what it's all about. What it's about is getting to your damn self and know and learn yourself and your inner man and the God in you. That's what needs to be built up.
Yes. Well, see, and that's what they're not teaching.
And that's what
that's
why
not
would they teach it?
It's not really an empowerment of that, right?
Why it's not? Why would they teach it?
It's a different empowerment, which is why it's such a now this big empowerment movement in learning to empower yourself and people teaching you how to take care of yourself and what you're supposed to do. So like all that shit, like, and that's why I ran away from it, because like literally when I was in my 20s, after I realized
faith is a walk. No, go ahead.
They kept,
what he
wait,
said.
so we all have a Toastmate is about the products and things that is on the earth. Yes. And it's the way, honestly, but in the Western medicine, thank you, James. Like Western medicine, that's how we were originally. Like that's how we were from our ancestors, is that we learned how to work. So that's what we have to heal from. A lot of the stuff that we get has been man-made or has been tainted. When these things that we naturally had in the beginning, before there was medicine, this was medicine. It was plant medicine. That's all the fuck it was. I need people to understand that there wasn't shit mixed chemicals. It wasn't all this stuff that was being together. And in countries now, you can just straight go there, not in the US because we suck, but you can go there and get essential oils as medicine, as the pharmacy. Like this is what's wrong with me. And when you go to the pharmacy, you go pick up your essential oils. Like that's what you're supposed to have out here. That's dope, right? Which is why I started my product line, because I want that to be the thing for us. Thank you. Microwave is a piece of shit. No one should have it.
Oh yeah, I haven't used the microwave in over 6 years. When we found out, when I say I did research, and in that research, in studying herbs and healing and all that through plant medicine, all of that, it was the church that came and suppressed that from jump. Oh yeah, because remember, they wanted the power. They wanted, everybody, they wasn't teaching, hey, you know what I'm saying, come and Jesus died, so we all can, we all can get in because of Jesus. No, it was like, no, you're gonna come to the priest, and the priest is the one that's supposed to, talk to God on your behalf.
It never made sense to me.
It was about power. So
that part right there never made sense in my head.
So
I love that.
I'm gonna shut down them herbs. We shutting that down. They evil. You understand what I'm saying? Like people calling people witches.
So listen. Okay, so here's the story. So I am whatever you call me, right? Because genuinely I don't give a fuck. So I don't
no, okay, I ain't mad at that.
No, and I'm not really one for clearing shit up either. You know what I'm saying?
I love Palo Santo.
Right, I know it's the best. So like usually it's how you feel or what you think, but I speak the truth and who I am. I can't wait to talk to you either, James, in person.
Oh, James gonna be there?
Yeah, he just said that. He said I can't wait to talk to you guys in person. But listen, so this is how the story is where I got it. Like, so how my story comes from yoga, and this is my story from this is that back in the day we came here and we were brought this is a more of a hoodoo version, of how it got here, right? So because I practice hoodoo. So in that we got here, our ancestors, wherever we were, people were still who they were. They were still farming, they were still eating, they were still healthy, and at this point they were in their different places. And then we conform and they bring us all to one place. Well, now we have to settle, and now they want us all to be able to do these croppers and things, but there are doctors in there. And by doctors, I mean healers, so everybody is in this place and they still have to do their job, right? Mm-hmm. So the way that the story goes is that at first they were just treating themselves and healing themselves. And then the slave owners is like, hey, yo, no, you got to go to our doctors. Like, what y'all doing? Because, we probably looked really odd anyway, or they probably did, and, no, you got to go to our doctors. And they started going to their doctors. Well, then they started to die. So either A, their doctors were killing them, or B, the medicines just weren't working, you know, so either purposefully or not purposefully, or however that worked. And so after that, they still went back into treating themselves. Well, the slave owners realized, like, oh, hey, you know, this is still working, so treat us, treat us. And then they killed them, the ones that they could in the beginning. Right. So then after that, the type of work that they were doing, it became illegal, and you had to go underground and do it. Now, this is just the way that I've heard the story from my sisters in it. But so then it became witchcraft, and it became illegal. And then, you know, you have the Bible in your hand, which is like, this is my piece of selenite, though, but I'm handing it to you, right?
That's crazy.
It's everything, isn't it?
Ooh.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
Can you imagine a wall? Can you imagine a wall made out of that?
Listen, this is so dope, because right behind me, you know, it's like 30 crystals behind me. Like, that's what I'm like. This stuff stays in me. I got crystals in my car, crystals on my hand. But let me finish the story. Right.
Okay.
So with the ancestors in that, like, so they had to end up just kind of like staying underground. So that's why the healers became underground healers, and why if you had to go see someone, you had to go over here to that building down there, because it wasn't okay. And then they put everything in that category. Everything. So whether you practice yoga, and if you did this, and if you did that, and if you did tarot, and all of these things, and they're not, because I say it all the time, you know, like if I was in church, I mean, I'd probably be up there having some like session with motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever they do, you know, and they're like, you know, however, and not being funny, but being funny,
right?
You know? But then it wouldn't be okay for me to do the type of work that I do. You see what I'm saying? Like, it would be this different type of work, but really my work is light work too. Like, it comes from God, and just because I don't have on no dress, or, you know, no heels, or like that type of thing, like, it makes it different.
I'm gonna tell you all day.
Same type of work.
Oxygen is light. Oxygen is life. Oxygen is God. How everything became into creation.
Yeah.
Oxygen. And people don't correlate the diet with what they're eating is literally pulling the oxygen out of them. When you have something going on in your body and you need it to be healed, and just to keep it 100, you eating meat, and all you eating is blood and death. It's no life in it. So if you put something in your body that has no life in it, it's dead, it's pulling the oxygen out of your body.
Listen, there was a girl in one of my classes, and her stomach was so compacted, like, that I could physically see, right? And people have to understand that that's stool. So say that. Can you speak on that, so they get that is physically stool inside of their body and what it's causing inside?
Oh yeah, definitely. Hold on, let me say it comes from the origin of how things were done. Yeah, that's true. Well, excuse me. A lot of people say, and they talk about, I gotta get my colon cleansed. Hell, I used to be one of them. Let me go get my colon cleansed. Well, the colon is about 5 to 8 feet long, right? From the mouth to the anus is 32 to 33 feet, dude. Do you even know somebody that's 30 feet tall? No, you don't. To us, Shaq is tall as hell standing next to us. And you got them small intestines and them large intestines rolled down and compacted from your mouth to your anus. And a person talking about colon cleansing? No, you need to do an intestinal cleanse.
Full of poop, shit, and toxins.
Yes, and when you're eating, when first of all, when you eat, your food is supposed to digest, and you're supposed to go to the bathroom. And if you eat twice a day or 3 times a day, you're supposed to shit 2 to 3 times a day. And if you don't shit 2 times a day, then that last time that you ate, you better shit when you wake up in the morning.
So I want to do a call and request right now. I mean, I know callers can't call in, But I wish I had a phone because I might get my phone, answer that bitch. Listen. But I want to know, like, and if you're not too embarrassed to type in, like, how many times you shit a day, and if it's 0 times a day or like once a
Full
week.
of
But
poop,
just, I
full of
mean,
shit, full of toxins. Yes.
if you're okay with answering the question, just to have like some real upfront conversations about it,
Mm-hmm.
because some people say that they only go once a day and it's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Or like my cousin, who is my client, like for a massage, she was doing the same thing, and her tummy, baby, like, and I told her, I said, this is not your stomach.
3 to
Then
4
when I put my
times.
hands on it, yeah, a day. Detroit loves, that's beautiful. I said, this is not your stomach. And I had her doing castor oil packs so she could get all that, stuff from out of her. And like, but
Mm-hmm.
she needed some days of it,
Mm-hmm.
before everything finally went through and shot through to get out of
Right.
her. But
So
and I'm
you,
sure it's still not there.
yeah, see
You
this. Well,
know?
see, this is the thing. If you eating 3 times a day, if you eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. See, some people say I go
Z
every other
said every
day.
time he eat, he have a movement
Oh yeah,
afterwards.
Zeno. It wasn't like that before, but yes, we both of us, both of them, both of us, because of the stuff that I study. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that there are no blockages that way. You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
stuff gets, if you eating 3 times a day
Yes, thank you,
and you
Detroit love.
going
Yes.
1 time a day, your ass is backed up. So imagine going
Right.
every other day or once a
No,
week.
no.
You
No,
understand what I'm
and
saying?
that's what's not okay.
That
And so too. Look what you saying, that the yoga too makes the stomach go. Girl, it would be people in class, like while we were in class, they're like, I gotta go to the bathroom, because that's what it is. It massages. Yoga massages your internal intestines, and it
it does.
massages your internal colon, and so you don't even fucking
And the
know that you're doing
poses
that.
and sending the oxygen there, it helps everything to flow properly.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding,
Yes.
ding, ding, ding.
And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, is fucking flow. That's what we talk about in the yoga. We talk about in the flow. That's what it's about.
That's good. Yep. The first thing in the morning you drink water. That should be what you do
That's what I do
when
too.
you
As soon as
get
I
in the
wake up in
water.
the morning,
When you wake up in the morning.
I drink a whole 16 ounces. Sometimes I'll drink 32 ounces before I leave the house. Like if I know, like when I have to teach and I
Yeah,
have to keep my hat
I'm
on.
not drinking all that when I first, but yeah.
So no, look, this is why. Let me tell you why. Because like the days I have to teach the massage school, I have to keep my mask on, and so I can't take it off. And so I get so hydrated, because if I don't, I'm dehydrated
Yeah.
by 12
Yeah.
o'clock, and I can't take it.
Well, we do drink 32 ounces or more in the morning, because me and my husband walk 7 miles Monday through Friday. And so we drink 16 ounces or whatever. I think it might be 16 or bigger there. And then we buy another water when we get like 3.5 miles at the grocery store, and then we turn around and we come back. So we drink all of the water going, all the water coming, and then when we come back,
That's
we
great.
drink some more. So we do drink water,
Yeah.
in the morning.
No, but that's good. But that's good for you, because you used to hate water. Detroit Loves wants to know if poop's supposed to smell really bad.
No, it's not. It's not. When you got all of that rancid decay stuck up in there, and sometimes it may not be rancid decay, it may just be the diet
Your
and
favorite bud tender.
and glue.
Yeah.
Eating that white pasta and that white bread and that
Hey,
white
your favorite
rice.
bud tender. I don't know who that is.
You know what I
Right? Yeah,
mean?
because that stuff is not fucking good for you.
Yeah. It's
Wait,
not.
but
It's
Z, like,
not.
wait a
But
second,
it's
stop.
not
It's supposed to
supposed
be
to. It's not.
completely odorless.
It's
It's supposed to be completely.
Zeno is completely odorless. I'm odorless.
So, are you selling your meals? Are you mailing your meals? Like,
No, I'm teaching people. I'm teaching people how to cook these meals themselves,
Okay.
because we have our health got to be our number one priority, right? And I
Absolutely.
understand you getting food, you know what I mean, when you want to go, you know what I mean, you
Yes.
got to do what you got to do, but ultimately you're not gonna heal. You're gonna heal from being in your kitchen.
You're gonna heal from being. Let me get my bowl. Do you know I keep my bowl right here? I meant to hit it every time you say something.
I ain't mad at that. I like that. It's a vibe. But you heal in your kitchen. It's what you know what I mean? And people be like, I don't want to go vegan. I don't want to, because I don't want to give up this meat. Now, look, you don't have to sacrifice taste. You know, I be around people all the time, and people be thinking that when you say vegan, when I say I'm a vegan chef, they be like, oh my God. Then they want to start telling me recipes. And they want to sit there and tell me, you know, oh yes, so have you ever had, you know, broccoli and then carrots and something? I'm looking like, this is what you think being a vegan is? Eating lettuce, eating, I mean, it is vegetables, but but the way in their mind, they like it's broccoli and carrots.
But see, Vision, but salad. You make your shit. But see, listen, you make your shit different, right? Your shit like high tech, okay? So your vegan meals are on another level.
Thank you.
Because you're a chef, and so your stuff is different. Even the menus and the foods and the things that you prepare is like, God damn, like mushroom is my meat of choice.
I do too. And I hated it before I was a vegan.
Mushrooms. Like, I freaking love mushrooms. But the way you teach us how to prepare that is a way that makes it healthy for us and it doesn't taste bad. But I'm telling you, most of the time I'm kind of cool with it tasting like bullshit. Like, I've been used to my food tasting like not nothing. So
but you know what, when you eat like that, when you change your way of eating, your body gets used to that and adapts to that.
I'm used to it. Like my food, to be honest with you, I'm scared when my food is real good. Like, I mean, like sweets and desserts, because that means I'm going to keep eating them. You see what I'm saying? I'm okay. Like, I don't have to have all that extra sweetness, and I'm not that person, because that was a big debate in class today. Like, you know, what about cheese? And what about this? Like, I don't miss cheese. I don't miss steak. I need to get with you because I need to know how not to be a fat vegan. KDD, I already know.
I got
Vision you. Chef, you doing too many carbs. I already know what you do.
I got you.
I already know.
I got you.
It's too many carbs.
I got you.
And Vision doesn't cook like that.
No, I don't. Like, I had to study food in order for my husband to not die in 3 years, like the doctor said he was gonna die. I had to study food.
Just wait a second.
I had to.
I just think we needed that.
Because I'm like, my husband got to be here. Oh, and what's the first thing we got to do? The first thing we got to do is clean out his intestinal tract. Because we have something that goes through our entire body, and it's called a lymphatic system. And the lymphatic system is like the blood system in the body. But it's so many organs in the body that has their own lymphatic system. And just like you have the liver, it filters out the toxins out of the body and pulls it out through your shit.
Vision, do you know I do lymphatic drainage massage?
That's amazing. That's amazing. And people be needing to make sure that their lymphatic system is
clear.
Yes. They have to.
But kidneys. Listen, here's kidneys have its own. Because you can also cleanse your lymphatic system, helping if you have like a trampoline. I think that's like,
great. Yes, trampolines are also, with the right diet and the right herbs, can also help disintegrate fibroids.
I believe diet can take away anything. So I'm just going to say that. So you're saying fibroids. I'm saying fibroids, cancer, tumors, shit that comes up, bad cells, whatever you want to call it. I know that diet can take all of that away. And I know that it can take all of that away because I've changed my diet and I've watched people change their diet, and I've gone back to shitty diets and I've seen what it's done for people. I've been on cleanses. I've been on so many dumbass cleanses that I feel stupid that it took me so long to figure it out. You see what I'm saying? Like, the answer was right there. The teacher gave it to me. I didn't want to believe it. Like, I didn't want to believe it. Like, I agree diet can take care of anything, including COVID-19. Hey, look,
that's right.
Here it is.
That's right.
Like, listen, like, life, this is it.
Diet and oxygen.
It's what you're eating and putting into your bodies, and the way you're thinking, the way you're vibrating, the people that you have around you, the energy that you're associating yourselves with. Like, it's all of those
It's
things. Your
all of
whole
that.
body has to be free from a flow.
It gotta
Like
be
when I do it,
whole. Your
it's got to
body
be
has to be
whole.
whole the way that you was created. It was created to heal automatically when you get cut. But it's the shit that we putting in our bodies that's slowing out that healing down. You understand what I'm saying? You're not
We have been
drinking
conditioned
water.
to eat meat. However, our ancestors' diet consists of food from the earth. I know.
That's right.
Right? Isn't that crazy? Like, and you can survive off of that stuff. People be like, oh, I can't live off of that, or I gotta have this. And nah, B, you can live off of that. Like, and you think that you can't. And there are certain things, because even in it with meat, like, even if you eat light meat or you have meat, because me, like, me, my issue is that my cycle, like, is still really heavy. So every time I've gotten off of meat, like, I lose too much blood, so I get so sick. I can never get my fucking protein up like enough. That month 3, I just get like dumped.
And you've had,
you know,
but you had issues with your iron too.
Always.
Yeah.
So look, from that,
I remember
from
that.
though, yeah, from that, and I eat chicken and I eat salmon, but I'm very fucking particular. You see what I'm saying?
You know what I'm gonna need you to do?
I'm very.
You know what I'm gonna
particular.
need you to do? I'm gonna need you to get a hysterectomy.
No.
Do you remember? Listen, do you remember when I got my hysterectomy?
Yes,
I got my hysterectomy.
Take my organs.
It was over
breatharian
over 10 years ago.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, we'll talk about that breatharian. We'll talk about that. Over 10 years ago, and it was because I didn't want that monthly no more.
Well, I need to get that.
I used to have those issues that you have.
That's what I'm doing. This is it, Vision. And so now, like, going through the change, girl, and all that stuff, like, I be about to
you going through the change? Mind.
You know, I don't know if it's really me going through it, or if it's like the pre of it, or whatever it is. This is some bullshit. And I wake up and I be in a pool of water.
It do
girl,
make
like,
you angry.
I be like shaking and shit, like. So I don't know what's wrong. But I do know I need to stop bleeding every month. And so this month was a lot lighter. I know, really, I don't give a fuck. Like, but this month was a lot lighter. So I'm manifesting that it go away. You know, I manifest my life. So I'm manifesting that it go away, because I've talked to God about it already.
Okay, good. Well, then it's coming then.
Yeah, my menstrual cycle has improved. I'm perimenopausal 50 years old and want to live another 50 years. There you go.
I know that's right. And if we want to live another 50 years, we got to do what we supposed to do to make sure that we do our part.
Okay, I need to get back to BDZ with this breatharians though.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. So, how you feel about it? Do you know? Have you heard about it? Heard of it?
Please correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. So what I've heard is that they just breathe, and I don't mean that in a diss way, right? I don't mean that. It came out smart as fuck, but I don't mean it like that. I do mean they just breathe. Is that right?
Pretty much. They eat, but
okay, they do eat.
They do eat, but every now and again, like the guy that we had saw, he hadn't eaten in 2 years. He hadn't eaten in 2 years. And his muscle tone was nice. His skin looked good.
I do have a question. Did he have a job?
He didn't look like it.
I'm
gonna say he didn't. I'm gonna say he didn't look like it, right? And I always say that because they had to be like not in the United States. You know what I mean? And he was not. He had no shoes on. I know you don't be wearing shoes either.
Am I supposed to laugh or cry and do not eat? You see my face. Watch my face. It's gonna do all that. Go ahead.
Laugh, cry, or do not
laugh. Like laugh.
Well, you know what? Me and my husband, how we felt about it.
Look, answer Tisha. Is he drinking smoothies?
No.
He's just breathing. Listen, look, I'm not saying it's not possible.
I'm not saying it's not possible either, but we ain't looked into it like that. We only seen one video.
I would love love to look into it, but only for research purposes. Look, because
It would be
still
dope
with
for you
me,
too. It would be dope
but
for you too.
just for research purposes, and because I am a breather. However, it's a job to continually breathe. That's why I asked you if he had a job. Like, is this a job
I
to
said he
continue?
didn't look like he had one, honestly.
And then,
He
like
said
with
it's like
food, I don't know.
9,000 people in the world that that are actively breatharians.
Right. I love it too because look, they're saving the planet. They're not eating. They're not killing shit. You know, like, hey, maybe we can get nice. I'm not trying to be funny, Bishop. Don't do that. Bishop,
That'd be you. Okay.
listen, I think anybody that is helping the planet is beautiful, okay? It's just my delivery, but anybody that is helping the planet, bring 9,000 more. Shit, I'll donate a day to breathe in a day a week to save the planet. You see, I'm all for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll take a day. Like, how can we take a day to like do that? So they just drink water or do they juice? I'm gonna Google, but I think
they wasn't drinking water. They wasn't eating. And it was oxygen. So the way that he kind of explains it is how, trees get their water, and how, they get their water through sunlight. You know what I mean? And so when they're not watered, then photosynthesis happens, right? And so
no, Vision. We gotta back up. We gotta back up. Trees also get their water because it fucking rains, dog.
Well,
like,
not necessarily.
Hell,
I know you done heard a damn song, "It Never Rains in Southern California." Okay? When I tell you, we done been out here and we was like, is it gonna rain?
It don't rain out there?
Girl.
So wait a second. That song is true?
That song, it rained out here. The winter time is California's rainy months, right? But it don't always rain, man. Why you think it be having so many damn forest fires?
Is that right? Okay, so like, because I love that song. So now when I hear that song.
Listen, Raphael Sadiq wrote that song, right? And my building right here, the building that's connected to my building, Raphael Sadiq live right there. We live right at the corner.
Knock on this door.
I live at this corner. I live at this corner. Raphael Sadiq lives at this corner.
Go take the phone and go.
Girl, we see him all the time. We see him everywhere. We see him all the time. He just be chilling. We done been in his house, in the studio and all that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Big ass building facility, but it's his house too.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Well, I love that song. Okay.
But yeah, so yes. Okay. So what happens is when it don't rain, you know what I mean? Yes. The plants get their light from the sun. And so that sun hitting the plant, then that's when the roots will grow down until they find water. It has to come through photosynthesis, right? And so what he does is, and you got to watch the video because I didn't get a chance to watch the whole video.
Okay.
But he was saying something about, sunlight and photosynthesis, and this is how he's getting the water in his body and with the oxygen. So look, I think it would be a good thing for you to study because some of the stuff I think it will help you in the breathing stuff even more, right? So in that way. And I feel like I should study it because I want as much oxygen as my body needs.
So look, yes, and even today,
but I ain't talking about doing
it. See, you got to save face. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why this is bothering me. I'm gonna tell you why it's bothering me just a little bit. It's not that I don't believe it. Water molecules and light converted, blah 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 blah. Science, biology. Okay, let's get that shit out of here, dog. Our feet do not go underground and search for water. Okay.
No,
so listen. The roots go down and find the water. Where the fuck is your feet going? Your feet is not going nowhere.
Well, I really don't listen. It takes something for me to walk my feet on the ground.
But I'm just saying still that, like, listen, I'm not saying it's not a good ass idea. And I'm not saying don't take some days to it. I just don't know if a dedication.
No, I'm talking about the breathing techniques, ma'am.
Oh
I'm
yeah, the
not
picture.
talking about studying to be a damn breatharian. I'm not trying to do that.
No. I just meant I didn't think he was gonna try to study it. I'm just saying, right? Does he wash up? Because then when he wash up, teach, does it take a long time? Because does he watch this, teach? Do we take quick breaths?
Well, that's the thing. Guess what? Look, anything that's out here living, plants and all, right? Need water, just like we do. We need that sunlight. We need
Yes.
that water. And I hope he washing his
said,
ass.
yes, he was clean. She said, yes, he was clean. I should have.
Wait, she said what? Well, you know, babe,
yes,
but it looked like he was in a village. It looked like he was in a village. But don't get me wrong, because people be in villages all the time. Hell, that might have been on a damn retreat. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Pause. I just need you to back up one more time. And I swear I'm not trying to make fun of this man. I love human beings on every level. But 9 times out of 10, if he was in a village, he was dirty in the motherfucking village. I mean, dirty in the motherfucking vision. Because most people that's in villages that you see on TV and in videos, they be 1 step from dirt. You see what I mean? And then they be 2 steps from looking like complete dirt. So was it a village like that, like where you take your shoes off?
Well, they didn't really show. It was like they was like sitting in a chair or a hammock or something. It was like some hammocks out there, and you can tell that the ground was dirt. And there was a lady interviewing him because she had been reading into it, you know what I mean, and looking into it and seeing, you know, studying up on it, because I forgot what she did, but she did something kind of in the same vein, but she knew a lot of that knowledge over in that area. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm with it. I'll totally, like, I'll research it, and then
Z said my live just clipped off. Did the live clip off, or is it still? I mean, it seems like we still say we live.
Here. I'm still here.
Oh, can y'all hear us? If y'all can hear us,
hear
put some ones in the comment.
Teach just said, where can I find this? I'm interested. I say so much money.
Yeah, you would, but I don't know, Tisha, if you should do it, because you already got little legs.
Tisha, stop.
You already got little legs, so I'm gonna need you to eat.
She's interested. She saves so much money.
And Jaylani got little legs, and your twins got little legs.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, y'all can hear. Okay, all y'all got little legs. I'm gonna need you not to do that, and I'll let you want to learn how to breathe.
Look, I teach breath work, so I'm with it, and I'm even with you, like, because even this is where I want to start at too, because we've even done it for like an hour, right? And I know we're going to get into this. Can we talk about what we've got coming up? Can we get into that? What we've got coming up?
Yes.
But and so I'm like, with the breath work in it, it does so. Like Lisa laughing like she not small. I'm not small. You see what I'm saying?
What you 4 feet? What?
First of all, let's dispel.
What, you 4 feet 8, ain't you?
We're about to dispel all these myths. We're about to dispel them. Because, first of all, I don't think that I'm small. So let's just get this
out
the box
right
here. Is that y'all think that I'm small.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that I'm small. I feel like I'm big as shit until I look at a picture of myself. And then when I look at a picture, that's
when you see it. Because you just being you.
Like,
you just you.
I'm like, yo, I'm so little, right? And so everything about me is just loud, because I feel like I'm taking up space. Like, take up space, sis. Like, I feel like I'm taking up all type of space, you know, like everything just comes through when I'm here. So is it a little people syndrome? I'll go with you on that.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. And it probably is. Like, I don't know.
You know what? I've been around people that, because I'm only 5'3.5", and that's considered short.
Yeah.
But I've been around people that's shorter than me.
Yeah.
And it's only a couple people, like, I didn't get that vibe from you that act like that. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I don't know if it's a defense mechanism, you know, because people probably picked on them or something, or thought they could bully them because they were so small, so they got to act, you know, tough or whatever. I don't know what it is that happened to them physically to make them react subconsciously like that, because a lot of times it's subconscious. We don't know that we act the way that we do unless we pay attention to it.
Somebody tells us.
You know what I'm saying? Or we paying attention to it. Now we start to see ourselves the deeper that we go in to learn ourselves. You know what I mean?
And see, so for me, like, I feel like for mine, don't think it was funny. I don't know if I could have a Napoleon complex because I don't feel like I'm Napoleon. Like I don't feel little.
I
So
don't feel
that's the
like you
part
got
that's
that.
funny.
I don't feel
Like
like
I
you
don't feel
got that.
little like with it, but I do feel like, and I'm cool if I do, you know, because I'm cool with feedback and call me on all my shit because I want to know. But I do think, but I also know that I was always the youngest in my family, and so I was the one that, you know, had to make my voice be heard. So I think more than like a small people thing, it was just more of like I always had to push my way through,
You seem
you know,
like you
because
had
my
a light voice as a little kid, didn't you? You didn't?
no, me and my, you know, my older sister Toya, we used to get into it all the time. And so the thing was, is that my older sister was very, she probably wouldn't call it like that, but she was doing what my parents told her to do, but she was controlling. And what controlling mean, like, I told you to do, and you know, that's how you talk to people
Right.
back in the day. Like, we don't talk to, you know, you try your best not to talk to people like that now, but when we was kids, they said, and I'm like, fuck you, you know, so it was always, I always felt like, who the fuck is you? You know,
Right.
like, I don't care. That's what we like. A fighter at heart. Yeah, like even as a kid, I never cared about like that perception, that thing, that I was just trying to figure out really more of who I was because I didn't fit in with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the best thing to say. It's like I didn't fit in with nobody. And so I just was being myself until I found people that, you know, when I started yoga massage school, I was like, oh, y'all like me. And then realized it's not a color thing. That has nothing to do with it. That's not the vibe of it. It's just, it's a soul thing, you know, where you'll meet people and you know that we've connected before and we're supposed to be together. And this relationship is going to work because we've had some type of bond in the future or the past, or, you know, here it is, this work, as opposed to just being some, you know, fake shit in a robot. Like I just, always been loud.
Yeah. Look, but you know what? You wasn't loud like that in the spa because you knew how the spa environment was supposed to be. And I'm going to tell you now, like when I came to your spot set the tone for me.
Wow,
I'm going to tell you, like,
you.
it set the tone for me. It really did.
Wow.
It really did, because majority of the time before I got to you, I had only worked in one other spa environment. Other than that, I worked in salons. You know what I mean?
So it was a different thing. Thank you.
Right. But even though when I first started, I didn't have my own room. But as I built my clientele, I said, I came in. I always came in like I came in with you. Look, I got to have a key. Because I got to be able to come and go as I please. I have to have my own room. You know what I'm saying? So I always been like that because I want to have my own privacy. I want to be around everybody else, and I want my clients to be in an enclosed area and to be comfortable. I want them to lay down. I want them to get rid of the stress that they done been through and lay down and get their service. You never know what people going through. So I wanted to make sure that that space was right for them, that I got the right, I ain't got no rap music. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't playing no gospel music. No. It was always chill. It's always chill and relaxed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I like my candles. You know, I'll do, you know, stuff like that. But girl, I don't know.
I know, and I'll post that too afterwards because I got some highlights from Euphoria, like some old stuff. And Shawan, I don't know if you remember, girl. Shawan, she used to be like, Euphoria in this bitch. Like,
Euphoria was the shit.
Look.
She set the standards.
Kept it high, goddess energy, always a good vibe.
Always.
It was like, that shit was always a good fucking vibe.
Always.
Like, we always had good shit popping in there. Like, it felt really good. And honestly, like, the space that I'm in now, the one that we're going to go to, that's what Jeanette said when she came. She said, this reminds me of a smaller Euphoria, no bullshit.
What?
That's what she said. I'm not lying.
And this is where the event is going to be this week, right?
This is where it's going to be. Yeah, this is where it's going to be. And it's going to be on Saturday. Yeah, he's sending me the flyer, so I'll send it back to you right after this.
Okay, yeah. So let's talk about that event. And then let's talk about some of the future stuff that we setting up and when we hook up with Amanda. When we collaborate with Amanda. Yeah.
Spiritually Dope.
Yeah, Spiritually Dope.
So the event that we're having this Saturday,
And y'all
is
go
called
follow Spiritually Dope too. If you
yeah.
not following me, follow me. If you're not following
And
Lisa, follow Lisa. If you're not following Spiritually Dope, follow Spiritually Dope. And if you need your finance together, follow Zeno Financial.
Zeno Financially Services.
Services LLC. Okay.
There you go. So the class this Saturday, like, is meditation and mushrooms, right? And so people keep asking, you know, am I gonna go on a trip? And they're ready for the trip of it. Even though I put in there specifically, love you, sis, Spiritually Dope, and I put in there specifically, like, this is not a trip. We're just having the conversation. Because now we're just introducing this to people, like, yo, this is what's going on. This is what we're going to talk about, dispel any myths. If you have any questions about meditation, and if you have any questions about psilocybin or mushrooms and how it works, I'll discuss the meditation portion of it. Vision will have her conversation. Oh, hi, sweetie pie. That's just it. Too. I said, and then Vision will have her conversation about the psilocybin and what's going on. And I think that will be the first entry level into us escalating into the deeper events that Vision will get us into. But for me, it's important for people to surround themselves in a safe space. So at first, to have this conversation, we'll all be collectively together. And again, we talked about the space, and Daryl, who did the spa, that's who did the space there too. So the vibe is good. There's going to be food there that's complimentary. It'll be also vegan options and gluten-free that are available. We also have a pastry queen that's coming in. So we'll have different edibles and things that are available for people to come. And of course, the beverages will be there. So
let me say this. I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing no edible. And I'll say that because I got to get on a plane in the morning, and it be dark when we be on our way to the airport, and I'd be damned if I miss my plane.
Look, I'm with you. I never said I was doing
now.
Like,
maybe I'll bring some back.
Look, bring some back. And then,
but is she making it with sativa? Is she making it with indica? Like, can you find out?
Yeah, I'll ask her, and I can ask her which ones to make it with.
Oh, indica, please.
Yeah, okay. Because usually I'll ask her to keep it with the sativa.
Do y'all know about marijuana? If y'all don't know about marijuana, y'all need to know about marijuana.
Mary J. Look, no. So yes, we'll have that there, and the place where we'll be, it is, cannabis friendly. So you will be able, to kind of do our thing, talk, smoke, chill. The vibe is going to be amazing. Usually when people come to the events, like, they don't want to leave just because, like, you feel so good in there. But that's going to be the first thing. I know, me too, Vision. Like, me too. Like, that's like,
I'm excited. I'm excited about that. It's like literally the introduction, because I'm telling y'all, we doing retreats.
Talk about it.
Where
Spiritually Dope. Can she come in here? Can we add her in here?
Wait, now hold on. Look, do you want to be on camera? Because we know how women can be. I know how I be. I'll be like, look, my hair is looking a hot mess, and I'm not getting on camera. So
you see me not asking even no questions.
And don't be and if you in here, Amanda, don't be leaving. Just go ahead. Don't be trying to sneak out.
I'm like, but just tell her to come. But, like, and you see sometimes when
come on, I add you if you in here and you want to get on camera. I add. She said, "Oh no, it's headscarf time." That's okay. Look, are you cool with headscarf time?
Come on. You want me to put I put mine on with you. Come on. I got one right here. And she come on with her scarf. I put my scarf on too.
Okay, let me see if I can add her too. Hopefully I'm hitting the right.
I've never done it before when you had all them people. I just see people do it.
Okay.
And I've been in
never.
Oh, she said, no, not today.
Oh, I just sent you the invite. Okay.
Amanda, look, you can just do this. I get it, though. I get it.
Look, if you feel it in your heart, to accept the invite, then accept the invite. And if it's a no, it's a no.
Listen to the pressure.
I know. Look, and remember, I used to persuade my friends to do stuff.
Like,
no.
Well, she said she rocking her satin
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I don't have mine on yet.
Look, then Vision, then request Monique and see if she answers.
Request who?
Monique, you know, the comedian that was like, don't be wearing your scarves.
You know what? Let me say this too about the spa. Lisa would have in Detroit, when celebrities came to town, Lisa had them up in the spa. We were servicing celebrities all the way back then. Monique was up in there.
Came.
She came.
Yeah.
And she was saying she was gonna never lose weight. You remember that? She told us, Monique said, I ain't never losing weight. I'm good.
But you know she wasn't even big to me when I saw her. Like when I saw her, she wasn't big like the camera made her look big.
Oh, the camera always.
See what I'm saying?
The camera puts weight on you. I found that out when we moved out here to LA. No, like she wasn't. No, she wasn't that big. No, But she was still, big. But she was saying that she wasn't gonna ever lose weight because she got on, somebody that was there that had gastric bypass surgery. About getting the gastric bypass surgery. And I was like, no, she's going to lose weight. Is she going to lose weight? And when she got married, I was like, yeah, she's going to lose weight because it's going to come to a point to where either her health is going to make her have to lose weight or her husband is going to make her want to lose weight.
Wow. She do her one too though. She be doing her stuff. She look good.
Oh, she looking good. She looking good. Like, she eating healthy.
And then she shows her workout and her fitness. And so you can see it. And to be honest with you, when people see it in your face, like you start to look younger. When you start to take care of your body and all that stuff comes out of your face, like that's what we're trying to show and help people with.
Yeah, we're trying to help people heal generationally. Like getting rid of those generational curses, like you going so deep down in yourself that you able to communicate and get that shit right.
Yeah.
Because it's certain things generationally. It's certain things that people hold on to. Unforgiveness and anger and all of this. And that's the part that sets sickness in the body. Because it's stress on the body and stress kills.
Yes.
Period. Point blank, period. And I'm going to tell you, in June, to be the very transparent moment, in June the end of May, my mother passed away. And beginning of June, we were supposed to fly to go to her memorial on that Wednesday. On that Monday, my husband had a massive heart attack. And the massive heart attack was brought on from stress. From stress. From him allowing outside people to connect, you know what I mean? To his body and his cells.
Yes.
Because guess what? The stuff that people normally catch heart attacks for, clogged arteries and high cholesterol, his test came back. He didn't have that.
And so that right there proves to you, outside of the fact that we know the stress kills, like that but I don't necessarily think that people get it until they hear a story like that.
No, they don't get it. And they really don't get this, that the reason why he lived is because of our lifestyle. Because when people have massive heart attacks, they go to sleep and they don't wake up.
They don't wake up.
They don't say, I'm having a massive heart attack. And my husband, because of our lifestyle and our breathing techniques and our being able to stretch our lungs, he was able to wake up and get out of the bed and wait and go down the elevator 5 stories and get driven to the hospital and have to go from a parking structure because they was doing construction, walk down 3 flights of stairs, all this with a collapsed lung, Lisa.
Wow.
because it was construction. And then when we drove all the way up to find parking, the elevator didn't work. So we had to walk. All of this.
Yeah.
The doctor said it was your lifestyle that saved you, because people go to sleep normally that have a massive heart attack and they just go in their sleep. But he felt it coming on because of the stress, because of the hell. Remember, I came up from that violent past. I came up from a violent, family, and my family was violent. And my family was violent when my mother passed away, and my husband was allowing that stress to weigh on him. And a week before it happened, he came and said, babe, like all this stuff that's going on with your family, I'm starting to get chest pains. Oh, he said that a week before. But before that, I will always tell my husband, look, stop, go breathe. We got to go to yoga. We haven't been to yoga. See, let me tell you, yoga was helping us before this pandemic happened, because we was going to yoga every day. We went from not going to yoga to going to yoga every day. And it helped us. It helped us. You understand what I'm saying? It helped.
That's what it does.
Ain't nobody walking all that far and doing all of that with a collapsed lung. When you sit there and you do not work out, and you just watching TV all day, and you sitting, you going to work, and you sitting down, and you not stretching, and you not breathing, and you not working out, and you not doing all that, your lungs start to shrink. That's why when you start working out, you get tired real fast.
Because it hurts, because you're trying to bust some bitches back up.
Okay? Now
that's why, because it hurts, because you've shrunken the capacity so much, and because this becomes the normal shit, right? This is me at a desk. Like, this is like the normal thing. Like, this is how people's day go. Usually if they're sitting at a desk, it's like this, and then nobody gets up, and if they eat, the food comes from here, like to this. This is not really conscious people, and you're here until you figure it out, and then you finally get up, and then if you drive back home, which most people are driving like this, and then you crawl your ass back into the bed, and whether you curl up on your right side or you curl up on your left side, and that's just the system of it. And so then they come to me and go, I don't know why I can't turn my head. And in my head, it's like, this is kind of obvious, right? But it's not. And it's not obvious because nobody is attached to their bodies. Mm-hmm. Everybody is so goddamn disconnected from their bodies that it becomes this different entity. Like, you should know so much about your body better than what the doctor knows, right? I tell the massage therapist, if you go in there, you have to tell them, like, look, my right shoulder here, my left hip here, my leg here. Do you even know where your body is bothering you? That's what yoga teaches you. It teaches you to your body awareness. That's exactly what it shows you. And then you also will fucking save your life in a yoga pose, or, something will just come to you like, woof, while you doing an upward facing dog or down dog, a child's pose or whatever. Like, your whole life will just be saved.
Let me tell you this. Let me say this. I know it was one time I was supposed to break my ankle. I knew if I wasn't doing yoga, my ankle would have been broke. Yeah. Because I stepped down, one of them high curbs. I stepped off one of them high curbs and wasn't paying attention, and stepped down into a pothole that my shoe fit in perfectly. My whole foot fit in there perfectly, and my whole ankle twisted, and I fell into the car. And I just knew my ankle was broke, but I didn't hear nothing pop. I didn't feel nothing pop. I didn't even feel pain, but I jumped up because that was my natural reaction. Like, and I'm hopping to the car. And I was like, wait a minute, like, that didn't hurt. Like, I knew my ankle was supposed to be broke, but I started driving home. And when I started driving home, my ankle started pulsating, because now the inflammation was setting in from that injury. Yeah. Right. And we was on our way to yin yoga that night. And we'll talk about yin because I love yin yoga. Yeah. And we'll talk about the benefits of that. Yeah. And I wasn't in pain. The only pain that I remember by the time we went to yoga that I twisted my ankle is when we went to fold our legs, and then the ball of my foot on the side hit the floor or the yoga mat, so you felt it. And I felt it. But it was real tender to touch for about 4-5 days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But maybe even a little longer than that. But I know my ankle was supposed to be broke. But had I not been going to yin yoga, that's how people be out there tearing their ACLs, breaking bones.
Well, see, and yin, and the practice of yin is that you hold poses for 3 to 5 to 10 minutes. So usually, you know, if you take a yoga class, you're going through a series of flows that will have you go like from a up and a down or a left and a right or a side twist or something. Whereas though yin, usually a practice may be just comprised of like 7 to 10 poses, you know, if that, and you hold those poses for a long period of time. And what happens is that the muscles have the time to communicate. So it takes at least 2 to 3 minutes for the muscles to even go, yo, like, what the fuck is going on? Which is why just this right here, like, just don't even do it. Like, you know, like, it doesn't make sense, because unless you pop something back into place, it's not working. Or even when people are doing a workout at the gym or something and they're just like in a forward fold or just doing some like, oh, let me just get myself back together. Like, you might as well not even do anything, because you're not going to make any type of real change that's going to do anything for you. But the practice of yin, holding 3 to 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to be able to make real change, because the muscles will communicate and they'll help to get down to the root of it. And then you can get the fullest expression of the muscle. So you get this full clearing, and that's why it feels better, because everything goes the fuck through you to clear. You know, whereas though sometimes in vinyasa, you're constantly like, woof, woo. So you may not get that benefit to get the full stretch.
Right.
But yin is great, and it's very relaxing for the mind.
Yeah.
It's a very calming practice.
Yin goes all the way down to the fascia.
Yes.
The connective tissues, those tissues that's holding your ass together. Those ligaments.
Yes.
Yin is the shit. It will have you getting off that floor feeling like you got a whole new body. And you're not doing the poses upward down dog, you know, downward dog or up dog, and not necessarily, you know what I'm saying? But you're stretching. It's going to teach you how to stretch your spine always the way that your body moves.
Amanda said, I've done yin only twice, and boy, did I feel it. Yeah. It's intense, but the one thing about it is too, like, it really helps with the energy centers in the body.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I do energy work, I do chakra work. I know Amanda does too, but when that happens, it makes it easier for the healer and like the healee. You know, when you do the yin and stuff already ahead of time, because the people are already open, and it kind of pulls that stuff out of them. But like, yeah, everybody, when I wake up in the morning or in the middle of the night, everyone should be doing some form of yoga. Even, let's just say on here, you commit to like 10 minutes of meditation a day. You know, this is silent, and that's the way that we teach it. And so let's talk about the meditation part.
Okay, hold on. Let me say this before you get to the meditation part. You saying 10 minutes. If people starting off, sometimes it's hard to do 5 minutes when you starting off, because your mind be going, oh, what I'm gonna eat for dinner. Oh, I can't forget to do this I gotta get out the house. It ain't about that. Go ahead, talk about it, Lisa.
No, look, it's some real shit.
It is.
Like, listen, it's not that, you know, and people avoid it because, you know, some people feel like it's not a big deal, or it's dumb, or it's some bullshit, whatever. But when you have to heal, confronting your issues and confronting your stuff is like a really big thing. You know, and so people don't want to deal with themselves. And this is what I always ask people in those spaces. Like, if you can't sit for 5 minutes by yourself, and if you can't sit for 10 minutes by yourself, like, why the fuck do I want to sit with you? See what I'm saying? You don't even want to deal with yourself and your shit.
Wow.
That's just me personally.
Wow.
That's just me personally, Vision. You understand what I'm saying? Like, go figure your shit out, okay? Like, because I can sit with myself all day. Like, I can throw my phone down. I'm okay with being alone. People are not okay with being alone, because when you're alone, this is when the demons come up. And so you have to face your demons now. Someone asked me in one of my classes, she said, what am I supposed to do? They had a 30-minute meditation. She said, what do I do if I don't want to? I didn't want to do it anymore. I felt like I was forcing myself and pushing myself, so I just stopped. Right, and that's what the fuck happens. People just feel like, I'm not doing it right. No, yes, you are.
Hard.
Just sit there and
it's a process.
But it's too hard. But listen, you got to take that shit. like you got to take it. And the way I explained it is like, you know, I'm a ratchet hood healer, like the way I say shit. So just stay with me. But the way that it comes out, like you have to take
I
that
love
healing the
it.
same way,
I love
the
it.
same way you would good, the same way you would take a high. Like, so say if you got really high off of whatever you taking, smoking, drinking, whatever, you just got to ride that bitch out, you know, and you have to ride through those emotions. And that's what it is. People don't want to ride through them. You know, they start
It's too
crying. They're like,
hard.
I don't, because they go like this, I don't want to cry.
It's too
Well,
hard.
get the fuck out. I can't help you. Like this you
Are you
have
tired of going
to.
through your shit?
You
Or are
have
you tired of going
to.
through your shit? What you want to do? Do you want to heal? Do you want to get better? Do you want to? Because if you want to, do the work. It ain't no getting
It's the
around it.
work.
It ain't no getting around it. If you want to heal, clean out your intestines, your whole intestinal tract, and give your body what it needs to heal. Whether that's through food, which is a part, the diet, that's number one right there. That oxygen, that yoga,
Yes.
that moving that lymphatic system, that walking, it all plays a part. It all goes hand in hand. You talking about the body being whole?
Wait, look, and he said healing isn't always pretty. Hell no, it's not
Oh
pretty.
no,
You know
healing
why
ain't
it's not
always
pretty?
pretty.
It's not pretty because you have to relive all of these moments that you've elected to bury. And this is why it's not pretty. And because if you don't let them show up now, they're going to show up somewhere different in your life. You see what I'm saying? And it's all rooted in some form of childhood trauma or some type of things like, and people pay me to help them experience these things to come out. But no matter what it is, Vision, it's always something based in childhood or something that they haven't been able to get let go of, or an emotion somebody made them feel, which is why yoga helps, is because you're constantly going through this flow of life. Hi, baby. You constantly going through this flow of life like this. And that's what you want to feel like in it. You want to keep going through the flow of, you're not supposed to hold these emotions. And so when you're holding them stagnant, like people will take their emotions or take their grudges and they stand on them. You know, especially like people in Detroit, like, well, you know, I ain't speaking to so and so.
Ever again. Ever again. That was me. That was me. I went a few times in my life not talking to my mother for years.
Yes.
For years.
Yes.
And you know what came from it?
What?
A lump developed in my left breast.
Do you see? Like,
because it's ancestral.
Yes, and you have to get rid of it. Like, no matter what it is, it's like you still have to get rid of that issue. So the way I explain it is that the things that we go through in life, they're just our experiences, right? So imagine you were going through a movie and this is just like your film reel, and you're just supposed to fucking end the film reel and keep going. But we're not doing that, right? We keep picking up shit along the way, and so-and-so made me mad, so let me stick that over here. And so-and-so made me mad, and now this goes here. And so-and-so made me mad, now let me dump this up here. And meanwhile, it's like the Erykah Badu song, you know, for ladies, but this is for ladies and men and everyone else, no matter what sex you are, just because I always want to be respectful, whatever that is, right? But no matter what that is in that space, you know, you can't walk around carrying all that baggage. You have to be able to release that and have those conversations. Or even if you don't have the conversations, to still give your forgiveness to yourself and to that person in order to heal. And that's the hardest part. Whereas though people,
you know what?
People get what?
Plant medicine helps with.
Tell me how.
Plant medicine helps with that. Because
so are we talking about psilocybin? Is this what
we're talking about? Listen, marijuana is a plant medicine.
Let me light it now since we're talking about marijuana. Go ahead.
Marijuana is a plant medicine. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? It heals.
Yes. Yes.
It heals. You do so much with the hemp plant. It's ridiculous. Clothes. Hemp makes the strongest ropes known to man. Hemp does. Same plant. Our bodies have a cannabinoid system. And marijuana has cannabinoids. And when your cannabinoid system connects with the cannabinoids, shit started to line up. Now, if I just listened religiously, or, you know, or the demonization of marijuana, my husband would be dead 3 years ago. Because marijuana played a huge role in helping me to make sure my husband wasn't about to die on me.
Because that's what it's supposed to do, though.
That's what it's supposed to do.
That's what it does.
But people demonize it so much. Oh, I can't do that. Da, 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 da. You know, CBD is great too. CBD is great. Cannabis actually has a whole lot of different chemicals that make it up. But for the most part, they study three. They talk about three. THC, CBD, and CBN. Those are the ones. Now, it started becoming legal once the United States got a patent on THC. They ain't went and got no patent on CBD. They ain't went and got no patent on CBN. They got a patent on THC because high levels of THC is one of the things that help kills cancer cells.
Listen, I think that everyone needs to know this. I mean, and I know that we do know it to a certain degree.
But it's people that don't. It's people that don't. When they block it out.
Vision, but
when they block it out.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I gotta open this window. Go ahead. What?
When they block it out, we was one of them. Girl, we used to smoke weed when we was younger. We got to church. It was like, oh, nope, done with that. Can't do you. I'm cutting off everything.
Right.
Cutting off everything, cutting off everybody. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You don't go to church, then you stay over there. I'm staying over here. All that shit. And then when you don't go to the church no more, then everybody, you know, it's like they looking at you like you're damn alien. Like they never knew you. It ain't about that. It's not about that. We supposed to live our lives free from bondage,
vision
open.
So here's a question. Let's get into this because I want to know.
Oh shit! What you want to know?
I know. I always come with the bullshit. Was everybody in the Bible high? Were we just high?
Yes. Cannabis was a part of the holy anointing oil that was supposed to be burned as a sweet savor. They call it calamus. Okay.
So where is that at in the Bible? Where is that at in the Bible?
Where's what in the Bible?
That what the part that you're talking about.
Oh, it's
we don't ever seem to get to that.
Oh, it's in the Bible. Where do you think I got it from? I ain't gonna talk about something that I ain't read or studied with my own eyes. It's called sweet calamus.
Okay, so
sweet calamus.
Water into wine. Do you think it happened? Tish?
Water into wine.
Is that D-ski? I think that's Di.
You know what? I'll say this. Let me say this. Psilocybin is in the Bible. Manna from heaven. That was mushrooms. That was psilocybin. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, do the research.
Say it again, Vision. Say it again.
Manna from heaven. Niggas are still singing about it today. They got songs in church. Manna from heaven. Help me. I ain't about to sing because I can't sing.
You sing
me like, until I want no more or something. Hell, we used to sing it at our old church. They talk about damn psilocybin, don't even know it.
Yes.
Plant medicine is all in the Bible.
So that's what we're getting back to, though.
That's what we back to.
That's
what we back
to.
And we want to get y'all asses
there. This is what we're going to be teaching. Yeah, this is what we're going to be teaching, is to bring people back to that. Rain down on me. I I know, Tish. I know. Okay, look. So look. Okay, so I want to talk about Amanda for a second.
Okay.
So this is
Amanda
so
got
Tim,
her
so
bonnet on. We're not talking to Amanda right now.
I know, but she can just listen. She's just gonna listen and she can comment.
Okay, Amanda, comment, please, if you still here.
Comment with us, okay?
All y'all comment with us, because we talking to all y'all, but okay.
We talking to all y'all. But so the thought process is that we're having these conversations now, right? And then you join us on this Saturday in person, and then Vision and I will be there, and then we'll have more conversations. And so we'll discuss
much more conversations. Would y'all want to see us have more conversations? Like, let me ask you that. Is that something that y'all would want? If it's something that y'all would want, type a 1 and put it in the comments.
You do that very well. That whole did you do that? Moderate on the side?
For me, no. It's called engagement.
You do it so damn good.
Engaging with your audience.
It's like you keep segueing through it. You know, you do the good segue.
That's the business coach in me.
That's awesome.
That's that knowledge part. Okay, we getting some ones. We getting some ones. She said, "Forget the ones."
She like, and Mary J.
She said, "Yes, because I'm scared of mushrooms." Okay, let me say this. Let me tell you something about mushrooms.
She's scared of mushrooms and Mary J.
Okay, so let me tell you, right? Psilocybin. So I've done.
Right on the side.
I've done.
My daughter knows
marijuana. I've done psilocybin, and I've done ayahuasca. All I've done multiple times.
Rewind the tape. You've done what?
I've done. Is that what that was?
That was me.
Oh, okay.
You know how when they be like,
okay,
rewind the tape.
Okay, yeah, so I've done, marijuana. Hell, that's what I'm doing right now. I've done psilocybin and I've done ayahuasca. All I've done multiple times, right? We'll talk about the marijuana last, because we just talk about that, and then we'll get but psilocybin, for me, the first time I did psilocybin, and other times, but the first time I did it, it was like the most beautiful experience I ever had in my life. And let me explain something to you. I never felt like that at church. Ever. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the type of person that I am, that I'm trying to break free from. Okay. Oh, I like that. Okay, you got.
I feel like the conversation is going somewhere else.
Okay, well, you gotta remind me.
And I'm going somewhere else with you.
Okay, remind me what I was about to say, because that threw me off.
The psilocybin took you really high. Like, I'm going really high.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So the type of person that I was growing up, right?
Yeah.
Because I came from a violent, background and all that, I would shut stuff off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And put up walls. So I would be the one at the funeral not crying. I would be in church like, what's wrong with me? Like, everybody crying, and like, I'm not crying. You know what I'm saying? I would be in order for me to cry, I would have to be at a extremely sad, extremely happy, extremely angry. Those were the only times that I would cry. Right. So I wouldn't be in church like, and just being like, oh, and I've fasted, I prayed, you know what I'm saying? I praised, I did all of that, studied, and desired it and wanted it. But psilocybin gave all that I was yearning, that I was wondering why I never got it. Dude, I got it all at one time. And you talking about being connected to God? It was like I got plugged in.
Doesn't that feel so good? Here's the thing. I've never even, and Amanda, if you're on here, babe, to comment on this with us, like, I haven't even been on a trip, but I've been on a gazillion trips. Do you see what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, hold on. She said, because of my profession, I'm unable to do Mary Jane, and if I could, I would. Back high days. Really? Yeah, your creativity do be on Oh,
listen, why do you think I smoke so much? Like, I smoke every time you call me, like this, and I know, like, just bear with me. I know, look, this is just some real shit. Either I'm about to get high, I am high, or I'm on my way to being high, or when I leave work. Like, but that's always in the plan as like, and when I wake up in the middle of the night, which I wake up in the middle of the night every night, and I'll be like, just go back to sleep, Lisa. Then I'm like, fuck it, just fuck it, like just smoke, because like it makes me feel better. It clears my head. Also, to be honest with you, the kind of work that I do, I with spirits and getting a lot of shit off of people, it makes that stuff go away. That's why I smoke a lot too, because it peels that. So that's the part that trips me out about mushrooms too, is that I feel like I go so deep already. I already am like, me and my plant outside, like we go together. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm so connected already to the earth that I think that I would just dissolve into it. Did I tell you that? Like, I think that
yeah,
I would
you
just
told
turn
me
into
that bull
electricity
crap.
and dissolve. Like, it's nice that you call it bull. It's always bull crap to the one person happened to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always bullshit till you be like, I ain't know that, but she was, what Lisa said that shit. Like, listen. I'm serious. I'm so serious.
Sweet hot potato
because
mess.
I already, like, when I walk outside and when I'm around people, I already feel so much, right?
But you know what?
So
Me
I'm
too.
But
I didn't know. I wasn't aware of it. Well, I wasn't working with. See, you're doing it and you're working with people to clear that part from them. For me, I would walk into the room and see, this person is like this person is like that. Don't deal with this person. This person's gonna say this. Yes. Watch this person say that. That was me. So that was me. But because of my subconscious walls from me growing up, that's what I'm saying. It's all rooted from how we was raised. You know what I mean? So because of those walls, I'm like, yep, nope, I'm not dealing with that. Like, you're not laying on my table with no whackness. Like, I'm not willing to take no whackness from nowhere, from nobody.
See, stop. So this is why the fuck my school is starting, because people don't know how to transfer the energy. Like, when he made that comment in the beginning, like, just because their shit is bad, because I don't know if I told you, like, I do some green mile shit.
You do what?
Like, some green mile shit.
No, you didn't.
Like the weed. Just like the weed. Where my weed go?
Oh, I hit the button. I hit the button.
No, I said my weed. Oh, here it goes.
Like, but listen, your weed. I just hit the button because
No.
Look, I'll be having to
No, I smoke this. So listen. Seriously. So this is gift, right? And I don't know what you call it. I've looked it up, and it comes under different names, but basically, no, right? I talk about it now, which I wouldn't talk about it for a long time. But basically, like, if I can put my hand on someone or buy them, and then, like, the green mile shit happens, like, all the shit that's in them, like, comes through me and through. I know, Vision. I know.
No, I'm not. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm laughing, but no, like, I understand, because I know somebody like that. This is the green
mile shit I'm talking about. Like, until and then it goes through me, and then I take all the bad shit out of them, and then I have to go walk it off, because then I have to clear it, because I still feel it. So I have to keep shaking their shit and my shit. I know. So how do you let it go? So how I let it go is, like, it's a multiple baths. I do a lot of fucking screaming. I smoke a lot of goddamn weed. I go to bed. I sleep. Like, I have, I'm not a traditional healer, and so I don't heal the same ways, and I don't heal myself the same ways, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like, so my stuff is different, but it really is some green mile shit, and I don't really talk about it a lot, because it freaks people out. But then if it happens to them, then they'll be like, oh, what the fuck was that, right? And then we just kind of ignore it for a little while, like, until they get comfortable talking about it, and then they may, say something. But yeah.
You know what?
That's why I think I'll dissolve in the earth. Amanda, you would have to come get me. You're like, listen. So
listen,
why,
we
like,
got you. We look. You see, you can't do what I did.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But what I did my first time,
Yes, Tish.
What I did my first time was, it was meant for me to do it, but I would have liked to known that I was doing that shit until afterwards.
Oh, you didn't tell me.
But I found out afterwards that my first time, it was a hero's journey. Me and my husband.
And what is a hero's journey?
A hero's journey mean that you got a lot of grams at one time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Right. A lot of grams.
Yeah.
Not like
a lot of grams of psilocybin.
Yeah, a lot of grams of psilocybin. Yes.
Okay, so how many grams of psilocybin did you have?
I probably had 4 or 5.
Okay, and so what's the normal or basic dosage?
Micro dosing is like 0.5.
Oh, she says 7 or more. Okay, go ahead.
0.5 or 1, gram or whatever. That's that's micro dosing.
He said a big ass dose. So you had a big ass dose.
Well, Z was with me. I'll say this. It might have been more because it was ground into powder. And she scooped like 2 tablespoons, right? And she put lemon juice in it for it to sit for 30 minutes.
How did you feel?
It was the most beautiful experience I ever had in my life.
So listen, I want you to visually.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Okay,
to me, because this is what I want to know. Because I want to know if I have these experiences on a regular basis, right? Because if you know me, and most people that know me, like even if you don't know me, you just know me from social media, like I fucking live in the clouds. So that's why I'm like, what is the experience that you had? Because I think that the grass is pretty every fucking day. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when I watch those movies and the stuff that happens and how they are off mushrooms, I feel like I act like that on a regular basis, which I don't know if that's healthy. You see, like, I don't know if the way that if I'm too,
what's healthy for you is healthy for you, though. It ain't about what other people think. True. You know what I'm saying?
True. So when you take it though, like, and then you walk outside, are you feeling
okay? The first time I did it, I did not walk outside, right? So this, I did it. It was before I did ayahuasca, right? And when I said, we were staying at an Airbnb, and I was complaining about the Airbnb. Because I didn't choose the Airbnb. It was like, yeah, we're going to do this ayahuasca. We're going to get this Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? And, we're like, all right, we're getting an Airbnb. No, come stay with me at this Airbnb. It was that kind of thing. And we was like, all right.
You stayed with who?
It was a friend. It was a friend. She was a friend. She was a good friend.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a good friend. Okay. And she was like, y'all come stay with me. This one sleeps 4. So we like, okay, well, that's all right. When we get there, we'll give you the money. You know what I'm saying? We'll give you half or whatever. And so when we started getting there, she like, all right, hurry up because, bedtime is at 10 or something like that. And I was like, bedtime is at 10? What you mean? So it was
night.
Right. Who said that? I'm paying for an Airbnb. Who said that? And who said I got to go to bed at 10 o'clock? Well, the Airbnb is connected to the owner's house. And the bedroom that she's sleeping in, no, I'm setting the tone. Y'all just listen. I'm setting the tone. I'm going to get there, okay? So if I get off track, because I've been smoking, I'm going to need y'all to remind me on what to say, okay?
Come on,
what? Okay, so.
We grown. Tisha, wait. That's what the fuck I'm
we
talking
grown.
Do you hear me? It be in those moments, Vision. Look, I appreciate the fact that you say, you see what I'm saying? And this is why I know I need to do yoga every day. Because, like, I'd have been like, bitch, what? Like, that would have been the first thing that would have come out of my mouth. Then I'd have been like, go back and meditate. Then I'd have said, I don't think it was a good idea that you put me next door to somebody that go to bed at 10 o'clock at night. Like, I just think that wasn't a good idea.
Oh, no, I immediately was like, what you mean go to bed at 10 o'clock? She's like, the owner said, 10. I said, listen, I'm not going to ever pay for no Airbnb. And they going to tell me what time I got to go to bed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm immediately like that. And she like, hold on. No. And she said her bedroom door got a knob. It's a door. It's locked. But if you open up that damn door, you in that damn house. So it was like a bedroom. Now we get there. Now I'm so glad I brought my damn blow up mattress. I
See,
get there.
listen, you listen. You already got
I'm
me. I
setting the
would have went
scene. I'm
home.
setting the scene.
No, listen. This is why you lost me, and I'm gonna tell you why you lost me.
Okay.
Okay, one, the space and the environment has to be everything for me,
It
right?
was
I'm all
though.
about.
It was. That's what I'm saying. That's what.
But no. But this you already messed me up before you got me there. Because now I feel like I'm in a corner door house with her, and I gotta be quiet. So now I'm
No,
trying to
but
make sure
that's
my
where I'm
head
trying
is
to
right.
take you, because that's where my mindset
Okay,
was. So
right.
follow me. Go ahead and feel
Okay,
how
I'm
you gonna
going.
feel, because I was feeling the same way you feeling.
Cause you know me, girl. I'm
Right.
like,
No, I was feeling
but
like
look,
that
and with
because
no
I said, I'm
bullshit.
gonna tell you this. When we get there, we're getting a hotel room. This is what I told my husband. We getting a hotel room. Because ain't nobody about to be telling me what time I gotta go to bed. But I'm gonna tell you, we searched and we searched and we searched for hotel rooms in that part of damn California, and everything was sold out.
Look, and you know what? And she knew it too.
Because of, it was a really, really beautiful place. And, and a lot of people go out there to have experiences. So when it's like, when you look for an Airbnb, people was renting out them damn little vans, and they was charging $400 a night for you to sleep in the damn van. So that's how hard it was to get, you know what I mean,
Listen,
somewhere to
but see,
stay.
this is
And
how I
those were
can't get
sold
there.
out. But even those
But
were sold
vision,
out.
vision. This is why we have to do this differently, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm not gonna do that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do any of those extra accommodations because that's gonna. You know what I'm gonna feel like? This too much. And I'm not staying in no raggedy shit for this. Like that's just in my head. If you say I gotta
But you
stay
know
like
what?
in the trailer,
That wasn't on them. It wasn't on
mm-hmm.
them. It was on my friend, because she waited too late to book the Airbnb. That's what that was. Like, let me tell you a little something about her. Like, she was married to a billionaire. She grew up like with the Jacksons.
Okay.
Like, she know money. So she know
Okay.
extravagance, and that's the lifestyle that she lived. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So she know
Yeah.
upscale. But her ass waited too late
To
to
book
book the
it.
thing. So that's what she got. And it was like, we coming, and she knew it was gonna be hard for us to find something, but she ain't say nothing. She
Yeah.
was like, just stay with me. So it was like, okay, I don't care. Like, we'll stay with
Right.
you. You know what I'm saying? And so we got there, and it was a futon. That's what we were supposed to sleep on.
Uh-huh.
And that damn place was so damn little. It wasn't a damn kitchen. They had a microwave. I brought my hot girl. Let me tell you something. How I do with food. I bring my hot plate out of town with me in a minute.
So wait, you took your hot
Hell
plate
yeah,
with
I
you?
took my hot plate. I was like, I take my hot plate and I take groceries. Cause I'd be like, look, I gotta make sure I'm eating.
But was it
Oh,
clean?
it was clean. It was clean.
Okay.
That it was. It was
Okay.
clean.
Okay.
But the setup was, I didn't know that that's where I was supposed to be. Cause we was talking about the artwork up in there. Look at this shit on the wall. Look at everything that we was saying and talking junk. When that damn switch hit, when I took that psilocybin, made it the most beautiful experience I ever had in my life, because everything came to life. Those colors, my husband, he just came in, he's sitting right here, those colors, those beautiful peacocks, it all came to life. And every time I closed my eyes, I saw colors that I never seen in my life. I saw
But see,
crystals.
and do you know why?
Do I know why? What?
Yeah, why you saw that?
Because I was supposed to see it. And
Yeah.
it was, I know that it was calling me, because I knew it was many doors that I was supposed to walk through.
While you were in it, how
No,
long
no,
were you
no.
in
I'm
it?
talking about in my life, period.
Okay.
Going on this spiritual journey.
Right.
And that's exactly what showed up. It was many doors, and I was walking through many doors.
Many
And
doors.
the white was so white, it was like the brightest white. It was almost so white that you shouldn't even be able to know that it was doors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was beaming through you.
It was beaming through me. And I noticed when I'm on, majority of the time when I'm on, sometimes it will tell me, the plant medicine will tell me to call people. Right? The first time it told me to call my son. And so I called him, and my son is an introvert like me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I knew he had decided to go out with his friends or whatever, to go. Actually, he went to go do a shoot. It was a video shoot. And he had went to go do it. And he was like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and go get something to eat. But I know he was going to be modest. He was going to be quiet. And I just talked to him and talked to his soul and told his ass to ball out if that's what he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that I had to speak to the inner him.
So listen, so what you're telling me, because this is the way I take it, and I'm receiving it. So you tell me if I'm receiving it the proper way. Is that when you're taking the psilocybin and you're taking the mushrooms, it opens you up and it opens your brain up in different levels to feel, to hear, to see.
Parts of the brain that we don't use. Damn, I want to say something. Okay, my husband want to say, Z want to say something. He here. Go ahead and say it, babe.
Okay, I'm listening, Z.
Just, you ain't got to get in the camera. Okay, just talk.
So I know. Listen, y'all. The first time I took psilocybin,
we was together.
We was together, and we are in this Airbnb. It was really small, but it had all of these different paintings. Like, they looked like geometrical shapes, and they were extremely colorful. It was the tone was actually set, even though we were like really talking a whole lot of shit about this room. This was a room that obviously the people that own this home, they knew that when people come up in here, they come at a certain time and they come to have these journeys on plant medicine. They had to know it because it was set up perfectly for it.
And we didn't know it.
And
wait a minute, Lisa froze.
Can
y'all? Are we still? Can y'all still hear me?
I can see you.
Can you see me? Oh, okay. Well, if y'all can still hear me, put a 1 in the in the room, in the chat box or whatever. Lisa froze. She'll get back in here. Okay.
Yep,
Lisa, so damn, Lisa popped out. So come back in, Lisa. Come back in.
Do you mind if I just continue?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Just for the people that's in here. So when we took the psilocybin, mind you, the psilocybin dosage that we took, now my wife didn't really notice this. Yeah, it was 2 tablespoons, but I also saw our homie kind of put some extra in there, right? And this is our first time, so we don't know.
What is this? Hold on. Oh,
that's her.
Okay,
yeah,
that's her.
Back. Good.
Okay, she's coming back.
Right.
Y'all.
So she doesn't. Well, we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
How much? Extra what in there?
You for wait a minute?
Yeah,
what?
some extra psilocybin in the mix, right?
So wait, so he gave you more dope?
She gave us. She was like, afterwards, she was like, I really wanted y'all to have y'all experience.
But I'll say this: she was studying to be a shaman and all of this
stuff. So she knew what the hell she was doing.
Right.
You know,
but
you all that stuff.
I'll say this in short.
But I thought we was microdosing because I was like, I'm not doing that today.
No. Listen, you know how some people have either heard about or actually experienced in church where they say you're prophesying. It feels like either the Holy Spirit is speaking through you.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. At one point, I had a blanket. It was like a tribal blanket that was laid over me.
Yeah.
And I heard a voice tell me to put the blanket over my head like a hoodie.
And this was an actual African blanket,
right?
Because my friend, she's lived in Africa. You know what I mean? She got a lot of like ancient artifacts and art,
some real tribal shit that's like hundreds and hundreds of years old. So I don't know how old this damn blanket was, but I heard a voice say, "Put the blanket over my head like a hoodie." So I put part of the blanket over my head, and as soon as I did that, it was like I could hear a voice speaking to me to speak to her. It was speaking through me and to me
Yeah.
and to her at the same time. And my voice actually changed.
It didn't sound like him.
What I'm saying is that,
but it didn't scare me, though.
It wasn't a scary experience. It was a spiritual experience. I knew that there was a spiritual, some celestial body. It was something heavenly that was in that room with us. And it was speaking to her about things that she needed to hear, to heal from, and to move forward towards. And it also spoke to me. And I was blown away. And the delivery.
She took it as it being her father.
Right.
Because her father passed away.
Yes.
And her father was so
real close. Yeah, they were.
Okay, so look, so tell me something. And this is just some real shit.
Yep.
What is the difference between this and like a psychic experience or a mediumship experience? Because that's really what this sounds like to me, is that Zeno
part of it. Part of it.
Let's stay with me in the mediumship part of it. Is that the mediumship is that's what mediums do, is, if you don't know, is like they come through so you can speak to people and you can have those conversations with
people. Yes.
So what it really feels like, and and I'm plugging my school.
No, go ahead. Go on.
School for the spiritually gifted, but like this is why, because of it, is that when you get into this high level of vibration like that, you are able to do that. The only difference between people like me or people like you or people like other people is that they don't practice those methodologies on a regular basis. Exactly. And the only time that you can open up and let go is when you are under that experience, right?
Yes.
But just what the fuck if all of your senses were down all of the time and you didn't have these guards up, Z, and then that meant that people could do it. You could just read people all day. That's the fuck what readers do, right?
Right.
Like that's
but the funny thing is, he was this way.
Right. I was that way before the plant medicine. So when we took the psilocybin,
he was already doing that shit to strangers, like at the grocery store. I'd be like, here he go again. He got somebody crying at Macy's.
Because that's what happens, is that once you start to open them up, right? And so this part gets tricky for people, because they'll go, they'll get scared because of dark spirits, because I'll get that question a lot too.
Yeah.
And they'll go, well, what about dark spirits? And I'm like, well, what about them?
Right.
They're like, well, well, what's I know, right? That's my answer.
Like, I feel you on that.
I love you. Go ahead.
That's my fucking thing that I say about it. And they like, well, when you start doing that kind of stuff, aren't you messing with spirits and shit? Aren't you messing with? I'm like, well, fuck, like, I don't know about y'all, but I see fuck niggas every day that I deal with,
right?
That's the things I have to deal with. But you always have to find your way to guard yourself, to block yourself from them. And so my thing is like, I'm not no weak bitch. So like, if you too weak, then you shouldn't do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not no diss. But if that's your issue and if that's what you're scared of, then sit down until you get ready. Like, and it's not a bad thing, but just like, wait,
it ain't on your.
But hold on, listen. Guess what? In the church world, that same topic that you're speaking of is what they deal with. They dealing with spirits too, nigga.
Yeah. That's my point. That is my point. That's what I said. It's the exact same thing. Like, and my girl who I work with, in this, like, she does, like, when she was a kid, she grew up in a I don't know if she's still in here, Jessica, but she grew up in a church like that where they did exorcisms and things, and she's gifted. So, Z, all I really hear what you're telling me, and I don't mean it like that, but it just feels like your gifts, they got dumb, you see, and that's what happened when I went to Idlewild. It was like my gifts got dumb, but it was also something that I had asked for, because when you're not in control of your gifts, you can never get a hold of them. Like, you always, so like, Z, say you want to like work on doing that more, and it just pops up really randomly, but you want to be able to pull that bitch up on key. You see what I'm saying?
I could, I have, and I have the ability to understand that. It's just like anything else. You said something earlier in this live, and you said you speak in tongues too, right? Too. And then to get hype in the next minute. Here's the thing: once you have a level of awareness, right, of the spiritual realm and the power that you have within it, then you're able to control and move in it when necessary, whenever you need to or want to. Exactly. So it's not necessarily that, I got to go to this big retreat.
Because I do that every day.
I have to go here in order to tap in. It's you're already teaching people the foundation of how to tap in when they sit their ass down and meditate.
But
I need you to stretch.
I'm gonna tell you, but psilocybin goes deeper down into to layers because it goes into the subconscious mind.
And then you're going.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's how you're able to heal from those past traumas. Because, like I said, I hadn't talked to my mother in years, and that plant medicine told me to call her. Do you understand?
So then what about people like me who motherfuckers tell me to call them every day? You hear what I'm saying? Like, and I don't mean it like that. Like,
wait, tell who to call you what?
Right. Let me break this down.
Yeah, you did kind of
you know, because people gonna get confused.
I'm a confusing bitch, so I can understand why people get confused.
We all are.
But what I'm saying is that, like, I hear that all the time. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so I be trying to chill that shit out. Like, when you do that stuff, it makes more of it come, right? Like, so sometimes, like I smoke a lot already, so like my senses go dumb. But like that, I'm in the phase where like I don't want to deal with that shit all the time because it gets to be a lot, right? And so that's what you say, Z.
No, I said I feel you on that.
Yeah, like if you have to stay in that space like so much like that shit gets crazy, right? When someone's always going, do this, do that, this, they that, like, and so it's a lot of shit. I ignore a lot of shit, which is why when I'm out in public, I don't like to look at people in their eyes. On psychedelics, it's a huge do this now. Psychedelics.
Oh wow, yes.
See, this is what I'm saying, right? It has you call people ASAP. Whereas though, right? So my system, so much so, like I'll feel stuff in my system. Okay, do this, do that, do this, do that. And if I don't feel it, like it really goes crazy. That's why I think that like I'm cool with this trip.
And you think think you're gonna melt. That's why you think you're gonna melt.
No, listen, I think it's deeper than melting. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think you're using melting as a very loose word, you know, when you're saying it. Like, I feel like it's...
No, I know what you mean.
No, you're saying that you're going to be on, right? You think if you take the psilocybin, then you'll be on at 100. Here's the thing.
Listen. If that's the part that... If you... It's scary a lot to feel all that shit, right? And this is just real, like, and then to not really have, like, nobody to have these conversations, like, and I have a mentor, but, like, she fucking busy, you know what I mean? Like, so we talk randomly, but, like, for that stuff, like, so that I gotta be able to maintain it, right? And so when I had already found myself in a space of like high energy like that and really at an escalated realm, like I can't stop that, right? And then like I'm in that bitch like this,
Lisa.
Right. Like, here's the thing.
Amanda said, Lisa, I used to feel the same way as you, very scared.
But see,
I wasn't scared though. I wasn't scared because
ain't nobody talking to you every day.
No, but I'm saying because I was I would be they would be talking to me too, like all day, every day. That's how I would be able to tell what I'd be able to tell and who to stay away from and all of that. Anybody I ever told my husband to stay away from, he should have stayed away from.
Yes.
Anybody I tell anybody to stay away from, they should have stayed away from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She said that's why I don't smoke weed. I'm too
But
psychic.
the journey.
Listen.
That's why I don't smoke weed. I'm too psychic. And it is
so Lisa,
much.
I have to say this though. I have to say this to you.
Yes.
What I want you to understand is that psilocybin is multi-dimensional. So if there's a place of peace that you need to go to where you feel like you're unable to find, on the real, there's a side of psilocybin that you can ride on a ride of peace and joy and have this level of happiness.
Dude, it's what you need.
And peace.
It gives you what you need.
Listen, I'm not saying that I'm not going to do it. Look, I'm gonna.
I know you're gonna do it. But it's about when you're ready to do it.
Right.
Listen, I'm gonna start. This is the first conversation, and then we'll talk again on Saturday. And then I know I'm gonna start with the micro dosing. But wait, I want to go back because what she said is that she's way too psychic and it's too much. And so that's what I'm talking about. like when
Felt
that
their
shit.
pain. Okay, let me say this right quick. Because I gotta say that I heard every voice on Venice Beach. I felt their pain. So scary. See, this is the
Thank
thing.
you.
You wasn't supposed to do it on Venice Beach.
Right. You were supposed to be
Come
in
on
an
now.
environment.
Come on. Now, when you do this, you know, some people do it just to be like, oh, we about to trip. No. First of all, you have to have intention. You have to go with this with intention, right? And then you have to be there mentally.
Right.
Beforehand. You have to prep for this. It's not something
prepare.
that you just do.
Yeah.
So
Your
what's
diet
up with
gotta
the
be
prep?
right.
Like,
Your
what does a
diet
prep
gotta
look
be
like?
right.
What does a prep look like?
A prep is
Oh man.
what you put into your body, what you don't put into your body, what you clean out of
Okay,
the
so the
body.
way you eat. So you
Right,
should
right.
clean
The
your
way
colon. So you should
say
clean your
what?
colon.
You should clean your colon.
If you can,
necessary,
yes,
yeah.
drain your lymphatic system. Yes, I'll say at least want to try to do at least for a week. Yeah, that's
Look, and he
one.
said, I heard a voice told me some of them can be saved. This is what.
You
Look,
heard
this
a
is
voice
what
told
happens.
me
Listen.
some.
In Venice Beach, basically all of those voices and however they felt, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said they also heard a voice that said some of those people can be saved. See what I'm saying?
It heightens all of your senses. I've been microdosing lately for my trauma, and it's so crazy how I'm seeing stuff about it everywhere now. We're all so connected.
There it is.
Yes, we
That's
are.
what I'm saying.
Yes, we are. Yes,
That's
we
what
are.
I'm saying.
Yes.
Understand the plant medicine is going to speak to you and bring things to you that you need. Here it is, even on a subconscious level that you're dealing with that you don't want to confront. That's why
But wait, but
in the subconscious.
hold on before y'all go forward. Let me tell y'all what happened. So it told me to call my mother.
Yeah.
And I spoke to my mother.
Yes.
And I told my mother how I felt. She told me how she felt.
Yeah.
We wiped the slate clean. I told her how, you know, how she was wanted because my mother had been on drugs ever since she was 12 years old. So she wasn't the kind of mother, like she would steal from me. You know what I'm saying? She would do, you know, she was out there in them streets. Do you hear me? We used to have guns pointed at us. You understand what I'm saying? So I held on to a lot of stuff. And my mother, because remember, I said I'm running away from that anger that's down in my family because the police was at our house every other day.
Right.
So I don't want to be around that negative stuff. That's why I went into the spa industry to run from there.
Want to chill.
It's quiet. I want the music. I want the candles. I want the meditation. I want the chillness. I want my own room. That's why I went to that. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't want the negative. Every time I talk to you, it's negative. You're talking about this person. You're talking about that person. And she knew how to get me and take me there to where I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. And I was like, I can't. I'd rather stay away from it. Just don't call me. I can't do it. And it told me to call her. And we got it all out on the table. I told her that she was wanted because she didn't feel like she was wanted. My granddaddy didn't make them feel like they was wanted. I didn't think about that kind of stuff, like their trauma. You know what I mean? She said that he used to beat the hell out of them. He never put his hands on us, but I do remember him always saying, I don't give a F about my kids, but nobody better never mess with my grandkids. I remember him saying that, and I knew that he was violent. So violence begets violence.
Wait, your background just did something really cute.
That's my son messing with the lights.
Tell him to keep messing with them. Bring him
Lisa said keep messing with him. That's good. I like that. He did his thing with that little swicky do.
Yeah, but
that's cute.
Spiritually Dope said that basically you probably wouldn't have, I think she said something to the effect of, you know, everybody's experiences are different.
Yeah, they're different.
Right?
Okay, let me okay, right. So let me say this right quick. We got all of that out with my mother, right?
Yeah.
And I told her I asked her, was she ready to heal? And she said, yeah. And I said, okay, because I felt it in my soul that she got to fight. Because I kept asking her, do you want to live? Do you want to live? The plant medicine was telling me to ask her, do you want to live? And she said, yeah. I said, okay, well, it's about to be a fight. And that's what I taught. And the very next day, she fell. And she held on and fought in that hospital for 3 weeks, basically,
Wow.
before she passed away. Like, that was the last time I talked to my mother.
Yeah.
I know if I wasn't on that plant medicine at that point in time, at that designated time that I was supposed to be on there, I wouldn't have called my mama, because my husband couldn't have said, call your mama, and I would have called her.
Oh, and I did a lot of times.
You know.
But see, then too, like when we say that too, like showing love from Brooklyn, New York, New York, New York,
New
we love
York in
you.
the house.
But wait, look, but Vision. So to me too, when that happens, is this like when Amanda said it from Spiritually Dope? You know, if you're already psychic, or if Z already has those gifts, and if you're already gifted, and it gives you that thing to do it, but then that's some third eye shit right there. That's just your intuition and tapping in too. So what if you are just already hella intuitive? Like, I just feel like you could turn into like a beast, you know, if you continually do that stuff. But then it's this thing and these gifts that people have, that we have, like, it all can be like this major gift and like this major ass curse. Mm-hmm. So just as much as beautiful it is that you can give people and give them gifts to help you transition and have conversations, and so you know things, that shit can also drive you fucking crazy.
It's all about balance.
You have to find your balance in it. It's all about balance. Which is why the yoga and the meditation still keep you balanced, and then the diet and the nutrition keep you going through.
Yes, so let me tell y'all something right quick about that. Build up y'all muscles. Because just like when you sit down and you just sit down and watch TV all day, just like your lungs shrink, your muscles start to deteriorate.
They do.
And when you deplete your body of oxygen and your muscles start to deteriorate, then your joints and your bones start to deteriorate. You starting to decay.
You do.
You're starting.
They don't get that.
You're speeding up. That. You're speeding up your death. Yes. It's just as simple as that. We have something in our body called telomeres. I don't know if you've ever heard of telomeres. Maybe some of y'all. Anybody heard of telomeres out there? If you heard of telomeres, put a 1 in the comments if y'all heard of telomeres.
I love her with these fucking ones. It's great.
If y'all heard of telomeres, then put a 1 in the comments.
Well, what's a telomere? I want to know.
Okay, so what a telomere, we all have telomeres, you know, like DNA.
Oh, somebody knows.
Okay, so like DNA, right? And so as we get older, our telomeres shrink, you know what I mean, break off and stuff like that. And so as that happens, you get closer to death, basically.
Meg just said they control aging.
Yes.
Which definitely. That sounds
definitely. Now you can have your telomeres depleting, and guess what? There's ways to lengthen your telomeres. And you lengthen your telomeres again, because it's just gonna happen. As you get older, your telomeres they're gonna get smaller. It just is what it is, right?
So then because working out makes that stop, though.
Right. So it's certain things that you can do to lengthen the telomeres.
Okay.
And that is working out.
Yeah.
That is putting the oxygen in your body. That is meditating.
Yeah.
That is diet.
Yeah.
It all go hand in hand. You can eat good and still sit down and be messing yourself up. All you can do is drink green juices all day. But if you're not building your muscles,
you gotta do it all.
You gotta do it all, because guess what? When you get older, y'all know damn well y'all done got out the bed and got up and your damn knees start cracking. It didn't do that when you was younger. You was going around popping your knuckles.
He said, "Nah, I see firsthand why swag is intelligent and wise." That's cute. Love these lines. That's cute.
Thank you. Yeah, listen. My son, he's in the universe with this. I wanted to start and it's funny because before we even moved out to California, we didn't even know our son was on this.
I remember when you said Z was on that. Like, I remember when you said that he was all, but you know what though? So many of these younger generation kids are. You know, they're different from us. And then, you know, have you ever heard of an indigo child?
Yes.
Yes. And
That's
so,
exactly
yeah.
what he is. That's a. Can y'all do y'all know what indigo child is? Like, do anybody know what an indigo child is? If not, Lisa, you can go ahead and tell them. Matter of
Watch
fact,
this.
just
If
go
you,
and tell them.
let me do this. If you know what an indigo child is, comment 1. I just wanted to do that shit. I just wanted to do it. You don't fucking have to comment.
Yes.
I don't really give a shit. I just wanted to do
You
it because
about
the
to
way
start.
Vision does it. Look, the way Vision does it is so good. And like she segues so nicely. But indigo children, I don't have a specific definition, but I feel like it's like a child like me, you know, whereas though more spiritually based, more connected to the earth, more like in the clouds, more dropping. It's a dropping ones. That's
closer
right,
to where, basically closer to where you come from.
Yes. More, I guess it would be more, if you call it golden child or flower child, more hippie child, probably from like back in the day. Like that's the way a lot of the way the indigo children are represented.
Or futuristic child.
Or futuristic child. Like they just know different things. They vibrate on a different level and they come here different than what you are, even as a parent.
They already
and even,
advanced.
and that's what she said. Erica said, that's me. Right. So that, like you're already vibrating higher and you probably vibrate higher than everyone around you, you know, so that's hard too when you are vibrating higher than everyone around you. And then you like say if a 10 is like the most and you're at a 10, but you around a bunch of 2s, like you want some fuck shit, right? Like, cause now I'm no, for real. Now you bringing my 10 to like a 4 or a 5, right? Because one bad apple spoils the batch. So that's why I don't like to be around people that vibrate low or that are sucky. Like, honestly, don't even look me in the eye. Like, I be having a line vision. I'll be like, I don't look hoe niggas in the eye. Like, I don't look people in the eye that got like that type of energy or vibe. I don't want it. And so you can't give it to me. Even though I feel like they would probably be more drawn to me or attracted to me, you know, and I get that too. Right. But
of course.
It's too, but I pick my battles on who I want to, you know, who I desire to work with to help because it's a lot of energy. And then there are some people that I just don't desire to at all because I know you're too dark and I don't feel like
Listen, it's the same thing with me. It's the same thing with me. Just this whole thing, and this is for the people that may not have been in the room before. 6 years ago, my husband was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and he was given 3 years to live. And I was like, no, he not going nowhere. So I did what I had to do and started researching herbs and ingredients, food, all of that, so that we can heal him naturally. And it's been over 6 years now, and he's never been healthier than he is right now in his life, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it was people that came to me that needed help, but it starts mentally. You have to be mentally ready for help because it's people that came to me that was diagnosed after my husband. But most of them gone. Most of them died because they didn't want to listen. They said they wanted help, but they really didn't want to listen. Now you came to me because somebody came to me. It was a guy. And he had colon cancer. And it was stage 4 colon cancer. And he hadn't been to the bathroom. He hadn't boo-booed in 6 months.
How was he still alive?
He hadn't had a movement in 6 months.
I can't even believe he was still alive.
That's what I'm saying. And the doctors was giving him stuff and it wasn't working. It wasn't working. It wasn't working. And so I told her what to do, his wife, what to do. And he basically went to the bathroom instantly. So I had her mix up a certain concoction of an enema. And the pH level is extremely high in the enema, right? And so I know he's not going to be able to hold it up there like he should hold it up there.
But he'll hold something.
But he started to do it. So remember, y'all, I said your lymphatic system, your liver has its own lymphatic system where it drains out and pulls the toxins out of the body and pull it through the body through when you boo-boo.
And and take this too, Vision, so you guys know this. The liver also holds anger. So like if you are an angry person or something, that's the emotion that's attached to the liver. So generally, if you have liver issues, you should check your anger and who you're upset with. And like usually I do a liver flush like with my hands on people, whereas I surround it where their
Her
liver
hands is
is.
magic, y'all. I'm gonna tell you.
Bless.
Her hands is magic.
Bless.
Thank you.
She'll get up on the table and walk on your ass.
Thank
Okay,
you.
go ahead.
Yeah.
But with the liver flush, and one time, like my chiropractor, when he had done it on me, because I had been so mad, and I walk in there. That's why it's important to tell your healers, like whoever they are, like everything that's going on about you, not just like my leg hurt, my arm hurt. I'm like, yo, I've been in a hella like irritated ass phase, and he was like, let's cleanse your liver, and I'm like, the liver holds anger. That would be a good ass idea, right?
Oh yeah.
And so he went through and squoze that shit, no bullshit. On the third time, that shit did like this. Boop, boop, boop. Like I heard it.
Wow.
I heard the boop, boop, boop.
The movement. Yes.
Fucked me up because
I know
that
it
was
did.
the sludge that was stuck in there, right? That was the sludge that was stuck in there. And so if you don't know
blockages. Blockages.
Wow.
Blockages. Do you hear me?
Blockages.
So if you can hold emotions into your different organs and you hold emotions in your spine, every organ is inside your feet, every organ is inside your hand, every organ is on your face, from face mapping to hand and foot reflexology. Sidebar, we'll be teaching these all of that at my school, the School for Spiritually Gifted. But okay, anyway, but yes, that
talk about that.
I'm mad.
Shameless plug, right here we go, and down your fucking spine too. So it's not just about you clearing one part of your body. It's about you clearing your whole fucking body. It's not just about your back hurting. It's about your whole entire body from the inside out. And this is what we want you to get and understand. This is what the diet does. This is what healing. This is what yoga. This is what meditation. And there's a doctor. Her name is Dr. Candace Pert. I believe she did this in the 60s, or maybe it was the 80s. But she came up with the resolution that you cannot treat the mind without treating the body. It's not possible. Like, so stay with me, guys. Scientifically, it's not fucking possible. You cannot heal one without healing the other. So if you're just in the gym and you just like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna go hard or go home, and you doing all that stuff, but you're not treating the mind, like it's not gonna work. No different than if you just sit your ass like in a fucking meditation for 30 hours a day, every day. Yo, I'm not saying it's a good ass idea. I'm just saying you're not going to have any muscle mass and you're not going to be able to move around and your bones are going to start to deteriorate if you sit around, which is why the teachers started moving, because meditation was the first step. But then they realized they had to move because their muscles and bones started deteriorating. So that's how yoga became a moving meditation, right? So you have to treat the mind and the body at the same time. So whether that's therapy, working out, the things that calcified your body, yes, from working. This is what you do to clear them out.
Love it.
For real, for real. Oh, but hold on. Let me go back to old boy, right?
Okay, go back.
So he started using the bathroom.
Yeah.
Now, they called me and got scared.
It was
right? Yeah. Because now you seeing progress. But now you scared because he's saying his stomach is hurting. Is he supposed to be shitting this much? She ain't say shit. She said boo boo. I'm saying shit because it made me mad. Nigga, you ain't shitting in 6 months.
And that's supposed to be smooth, huh?
6 months. Dude, do it supposed to feel like damn rosemary and jam? No.
I can't even imagine that. Like, I'm surprised he wasn't throwing up shit. To be honest with you. Like, and I'm not even joking.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know because he was in and out of the hospital.
Yeah. Because at that point, you're full of so much stool that, like, where's it going to go? Right? So you can't think that, when the stool sits there, first of all, it sits in your stomach and then that bitch starts to cook. So if you're not going to the bathroom on a consistent basis, your stool is cooking inside of you, which is why when you finally shit it all out, sometimes it smells like hot ass, you know, because your body temperature is what, like 97 point whatever degrees, and you're sitting there like just dealing with that inside, and it's cooking the meat, it's cooking the food. So the goal is
but it's cooking it with toxic gas though. It's cooking it with toxic gas. I'm gonna tell you one thing about my mother. Her lymphatic system is what essentially took her out. It was her lymphatic system. Because people get it twisted and they say all the time the liver is the only organ that can regenerate itself. Okay, like if it's cut off, it grows back, it regenerates itself. Yes. Yeah. But one other thing about the liver, every time you drink, there are certain cells that die in the liver that do not regenerate.
No, because, and you know how? Because sometimes you have to lose a liver, and if you lose a liver, that's it. You don't get another one.
No, you don't. It's an L. And when your liver stop working, then guess what? You're gonna be constipated. When you got liver, if you ain't going to the bathroom after every time you eat, not directly, but if you eat 3 times a day, go to the bathroom 3 times a day. Like I said, if you go twice, then that third time it'll be when you wake up in the morning.
Right.
If you're not doing it, you have problems with your liver.
You do.
And then guess what? Now you got all this toxic shit.
What did they say?
Huh?
I'm looking at Tisha. She said she's in PT for her shoulder, and they did a lymph assessment the other day. Let me know what they said. Your liver cleanses you out like a filter. Yes, your liver cleanses you out like a filter.
Like a filter. That's that lymphatic system, right?
That's a good way to say
that. And then the kidneys has its own lymphatic system, and it pulls the toxins out of the body and take it out through urine.
Why do people eat liver and onions?
You know what? I don't know. I'm gonna tell you like this. I did. Listen. My grandma used to make it.
I said childhood trauma.
And at first I was like, I don't want that. But when it's like, this is what we cooking, and you ain't gonna eat or you gonna starve, then I'm gonna come up with a way.
But it's probably really high in protein though. Like liver is it's probably very high in protein.
No, you know what? I'm not subscribing to that. Let me tell you why I'm subscribing to that. Because people always talk about vegans in the protein, right? When you look in the whole insect in the animal kingdom, besides the lion, all of the strongest animals in the animal kingdom, in the insect kingdom, are vegan. They don't eat meat. Do you be seeing apes? Do you be seeing apes eating a damn pork chop sandwich or chicken or no?
Low key vision. I just be seeing them bust people in the head. I don't know what they do. Like,
you know they strong as hell.
Listen, I don't know what they do on their downtime. I just know on their uptime, they don't take no shit. Like, so whatever they're eating is making them extremely strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vegetation. Look at the ant.
I love ants.
Look at
from afar, not close to me, you know.
Oh yeah, for real. You know, but when you look at the ant, we see them all day, every day, because hell, we walk for 7 miles, so all we seeing is damn ants on our walk. Okay.
You know what? I have a question. I want to ask a question. I have that call and response thing you want to do, but I'm gonna give it a different number.
Okay.
I like the number 9. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Put in the number 9 if you exercise on a regular basis.
Yes.
True grass and plants feed most big animals. Thank you for saying that. Which is why people get tripped out about it. Not, you exercise on a regular basis. So people are doing
good.
Yeah,
good. Get those lymphatic juices going.
I'm gonna go get a trampoline because I want to jump up and down.
I started doing this trampoline class. It's a girl out here in LA. And she's like a celebrity trainer. And she has a trampoline, a hip hop trampoline class. And I had started going. And then over the summer, she decided to go to DC and teach it in DC. And she was supposed to come back here in September and started back up. And now she on that tour. I'm like, for real, right when I wanted to start doing that, but that's okay. But no, trampoline is really, really good to help
because
that
the
lymphatic
bouncing
system.
and the jumping helps the lymphatic system, like all of that. And your biggest lymph nodes are the ones that are right by your groin, you know, so you have them like underneath your arms, like on both sides, and you have some like going down the chest, but the biggest ones are going to be right by the groin. So night, Tish, I know, girl, you know I'm past my bedtime. I love you,
Good night,
but you can use it, help to
Tisha.
stimulate, you know, those lymphatic areas to keep yourself, you know, healthier. And if it feels swollen, you know, like if you go to the doctor and they feel in your throat, they can feel them when they're swollen, because you got, yeah, yours got swollen. Cindy's on the moon. Yep. So when that happens, I do my best to keep it clear. Like if I feel my lymphatic system swelling up, I drink tons of water, and then I'm very gentle with it as to kind of like push it
Massages
down,
do it.
massage it to like push it out, to get it out me, because that's going to take the toxins out of my body even quicker. I don't want no old fluid sitting in me. I don't want no old shit in me, and I don't want no old fluid sitting in me. I don't want nothing old in me like that. You know, that's supposed to go there and be stale, that's not supposed to be there.
Yeah. When people have women's issues.
Tell me what that is, Cindy's on the moon. Tell me what that is.
What is? Suffer
Read
from
that vision. Something, it's an inflammation, something.
I don't know. What is that?
I noticed milk and junk cause them to swell.
Oh yeah, yes. Milk causes inflammation.
Inflammation.
Now, I'll say this. I didn't notice this until I became a vegan and started studying this health stuff, right?
Yeah.
But in my house, I was the only one in my house that didn't eat cheese. I was the only one in my house that didn't drink milk. I hated milk my entire life. I hated cheese my entire life.
I remember that.
So it's
hold on one
skin condition.
It's a skin condition. Oh, he's looking it up.
It deals with lumps in places like the armpits or the
yeah. So you get the blockages.
With something with inflammation, because it has the itis at the end of it. So that's what it means. So she should never have milk. Anything that causes inflammation, she should never have it.
Yeah, because what you're doing
is dope. Night, sis.
All right now. Good night. And what happens is we're not supposed to be drinking no damn milk from an animal. What's built, the milk that we supposed to drink, honestly, we're supposed to drink from our mother's breast. That's what we supposed to. And we get all that colostrum and all of the stuff that builds up the immune system naturally, not with formula. You know what I mean? And those chemicals and all of that is supposed to come from the mother.
It is.
It's just as simple as that, because that's
and you're not supposed to drink cow's milk. It's fucking mucus anyway.
No,
so like
and it's pus and blood. It's all of that. And so they did a study where they took some baby cows and they fed them the mother's milk, and then they took it and then they homogenized the milk and then fed the baby cows, and all the baby cows died because they drank homogenized milk.
Wow.
Now, the baby cows don't even drink the damn milk, and they drink their mother's milk
Good night,
only until
Erica.
a year or a short time. They don't drink their mama milk all the time. Let me go in here and get a glass of milk.
A cow has to be pregnant all the time in order to get milk. Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yes. Yeah, think about it.
That's horrible.
It's coming from the breast.
But that's horrible, though, to be pregnant all the time.
Yeah, and so they they impregnate the cows. I've seen them do it with gloves, and they stick it up there and impregnate the cow.
So 10 months is the longest that they should even be drinking milk.
But he said 10 months is the longest that cows are supposed to be drinking milk. But we cook with it. We put it in our souffles, and we put it on our cereal. But and everybody, like I said, everybody ate cheese and drunk milk. And one of my cousins, all her ass always stayed constipated all the time. And a lot of people, and most people in their house had something to do with their breathing. They had asthma.
Because that's what the fuck it does.
That's what it does. Now, I didn't have none of those issues, though.
Because you weren't fucking drinking mucus.
But I didn't know that.
It does.
I didn't know that. If I smelt cheese, I would throw up.
But see, and for whatever reason, your body was so beautiful that it allowed you to be allergic to it. you know, and it allowed you not to even put that in your body. That's what I appreciate about the body, is sometimes those things that you shouldn't have, it won't even let you touch them. But then your people will just go against the grain. There's probably people that feel like you, but still are like, fuck that, I want pizza. Fuck that, because people do it all the time.
But don't get me wrong. But don't get me wrong. I did eat me some damn ice cream. I ain't even gonna lie in front of y'all now. I did eat ice cream, but when I started getting a little older, that's when I started getting the damn bubblegum guts. And I was like, no, that mean I ain't supposed to be doing this.
Them bubble guts is the worst shit ever.
Girl, it will have you pulled over on the side of 75 on the way driving to Atlanta with the passenger door open on both sides, had you in the middle, and you squatting there and you in the bathroom. That's what the bubble guts will do for you.
ATL ho. Okay, look. Let's.
Okay, the bubble guts will have you leaving a volcano on the side of the road.
Fries after a hair show. Oh my God, you did not just say.
You
that.
say what? Coney Island and cheese fries. Listen, I would do Coney Island, but I would do chili fries.
All of that stuff was so nasty though. Hindsight, no, I can't do it. And even thinking about it now, even when I go to the plant-based place or the vegan spaces, I still won't let them pour fake cheese. I just say fuck cheese. I'm cool. Like,
me too. That's why I felt like it was important,
because I don't really like the fake cheese like that, and so I don't have to have it, and I don't miss it, so I don't care about that.
Exactly. So like me, like I never had cheesecake before, ever in my life. I've never had cheesecake.
You remember that comedian from Detroit, and he did that thing? He was like, "Can I get chili cheese fries?" Oh, it was CP, the comedian, or something like that. But he had this skit a few years ago, girl, and everything was just all the shit Detroit people say, and it's just all the shit Detroit people say. Do you remember that? And that was one of them. He's like, "Can I get chili cheese? Get chili cheese."
That's a thing Detroit will say. Let me get some chili cheese fries. And I'd be like I wouldn't even buy cheese. I wouldn't even buy cheese in the house. And my husband ate cheese. And when he wanted a sandwich and he wanted cheese, I would say I would either have some gloves on, or I would be like, it's time for you to come put your cheese on your sandwich. I wouldn't even touch it. That's how I felt about cheese. So it's like, now it's like with me being vegan, and they'd be like, yeah, we got vegan cheese. I'd be like, so I don't want that.
I don't even want no vegan cheese.
I didn't want it.
Not completely attached to vegan cheese at all.
But people that's attached to cheese be attached. They be needing that. They be feeling like they need it. But that's why I felt like it was important for me to create and cook that dish and teach that free cooking class yesterday for that puff cocktail pizza. Yeah. Because like I said, majority of the class didn't get cheese, because I'm like, trust me. I said all caps, trust me.
And if it's a vegan fucking pizza cooking class, you shouldn't have cheese. No cheese.
Well, some people have vegan cheese. Some people have vegan cheese.
Yeah, fake cheese, I feel that, but not like, don't do it with the real cheese and try it.
No,
Vision, before we go, I want to tell them about what's happening this weekend, because we have an event. It's this Saturday, guys, and it's called Meditations and Mushrooms, and I'll post the flyer like when we get off of this live and can share it with Vision. But what we're going to do is it's going to be in person, and you'll be able to join us online. So the tickets, the link is going to be in my bio on my page too.
Yeah, on her page.
So just grab them. But it's going to be dope, because we're going to have a really deep conversation. That conversation is really going to go mental. So I'm going to discuss more like meditation, what it does in the mind, what happens, and then and then we're going to have a meditation. So that's going to be dope as shit.
Ooh,
and the Vision is going to really get into like what the psilocybin does and how it changes, so that when you leave the class, you'll have a good basis of how to heal, and you'll already start on that from your meditation, and you'll have good tools. And then just start preparing, and send us love and healing energy for this fucking retreat that we got coming up.
Yeah.
It's
going to be many retreats, y'all.
It's going to be many retreats, but this is like going to be the first one that we're going to be putting out. So saying that, speaking into it, existed now. Yeah, I know it says the 17th. I got to change it. He sent me a new one. That's why I said the 16th on here. Thank you so much for saying
that. That was there. That was
I got the wrong date. And it was totally my fault. Totally, I take that.
I was like, Lisa, that say the 17th. I'll be on the plane, boo.
She did. So it'll be up, and I haven't changed on my website. I'm about to go do that now. But look, if you guys join us on the Saturday, and we're gonna be kicking and chilling in person.
Oh, we're gonna do this a lot more. I think
Hell yeah.
we might do it weekly or something like that.
I think it's a great idea to talk about a vision.
Yeah, I do.
Like, and every time, like, having a fucking different ass topic, because that's also what gets it, so people can start to understand. In the classes, I just kept saying, like, know your fucking bodies, man. Understand your bodies. And this is so much awareness to your bodies. Okay. You thought she was gonna stay an extra day.
Oh no.
I wish.
No. I don't normally stay extra. I've never stayed an extra day. I've always came in on Wednesday, and I always left on Sunday. Dark when I'm leaving, but it's dark when I'm on my way to the airport going. So it's so early in the morning, and it's dark when I'm coming. I want the first thing there, and I want the first thing back.
You out the first thing smoking.
First thing smoking. If I could jump in the air and just teleport my ass here, I would.
Right.
But I ain't made it that far in my vibrations yet. I'll let you know.
Listen.
If I could ever get there.
You got a few more trips, baby, than me and you gonna just go in the atmosphere and bounce through this bitch.
Okay. Like, well, how y'all feel like that? Would y'all even want to do would like to, or even think about going to a retreat where you can literally start healing your mind, your body, your soul, your deep traumas? You know what I mean? Lisa just jumped. Her stuff just popped up out of here. She'll be back. You come back, Lisa. Hopefully your damn battery ain't died. But is that something that y'all would want to go to have those kind of spiritual plant medicine experiences? If you do, put a 2 in the comment. Now Cindy already put 1. I know I've been saying 1 all night, so hopefully that 1 really meant a 2, because I just said 2. Oh, I got a request. Hold on, let's see if this is Lisa. Yep, okay, it's Lisa. So she about to pop back in a second.
Look, I'm like, put a 10 in there. That's what I'm gonna start telling
you. You gonna say put a 10 in there? Okay, so people saying 2.
So yes, good. Come with us on that.
Yeah, y'all gonna like where those blockages is gonna be open from the diet that you do before you get there, because you have to prepare your body, you have to prepare your mind, and you got to prepare your spirit, and you got to be open and ready, and you got to be intentional. And when you are, then that's when the breakthroughs happen.
It is.
That's when the breakthroughs happen, and you're gonna get leaded, you're gonna get guided. So yeah, I'm talking all that. I'm talking yoga. I'm talking about.
And see, so from that part, do you already know vision? Period. Like, even being there for that experience, or even guiding people through that experience, it's gonna be an experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta go, girl. I'm tired.
Okay, shit. Yeah, me too. Even though that's right, it's only 7:23 here. I'm lit. Okay, I guess me and my husband about to burn some incense.
Look, I'm burning incense now, and I wouldn't be so tired. But I've been at the massage school all day, so I taught yoga for therapists from 9:30 to like 4:30.
Let me tell y'all the best incense. I'm gonna tell you the best incense that you want to get.
Thank you so much for joining us for the conversation. We'll be back.
Wait a minute, Lisa. Yeah. Listen, you too. The best incense to get is 100% resin incense. Angie, if you in here, I need you to tell them about the stuff that I brought her some resin. I said, because when you burn resin incense, you don't want to burn no other kind of incense.
Interesting.
Because it's you know what resin is. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's growing. Where did you get it from? The tree. Out here in Cali, but you can order. She said she said it's fire. So I was like, I'm telling you, and I think I got her. What scent did I give you? Like,
that's interesting.
I like white sage and dragon's blood. I like frankincense and myrrh with lavender. Like,
is there a website?
Yeah, well, yes, Fred Souls. FREDSOLS, and they're in Mexico.
Okay,
So
sweet.
they're
So it's
hand
authentic.
dipped, handmade. These incense, some of them burn for 3 to 4 hours. It takes 3 to 4 hours for it to burn completely
Vision.
out.
Where I kind of think, dude, does he sell? Okay, we'll talk after this. Fred Souls, FREDSOLS.
Yeah, look it up on Amazon.
Okay, I'm about to look at it.
Look it up on
she said
Amazon.
show
Fred Souls.
Okay.
I don't know
Thank
if it's
you.
I don't know if it's SOUL. I think it's
SOLES.
SOLS.
I think that's what she said is SOL.
SOLS. Yep, Fred Souls.
Fred Souls.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna look
I'm
at it.
telling you,
They
will change your life.
Because I've had some palm road incense before, and it was amazing, but it burned quick as fuck.
Yes, they do. Not these resin.
That's why I want to try that one, because I loved it, but it just burned so goddamn quick.
I'm gonna try to remember to bring you a pack when I come.
Please, if you can, if you remember that. Okay, good.
Yep.
We'll burn it at the event. Okay, guys.
Let's do that. Yeah,
we'll see you this Saturday. You can join us online, and then we'll go live for a part of it.
Yeah,
not
so
the
it's
whole
like
thing.
that.
You'll have to join us in person or virtual. The link will be in my bio. And man, we've been on here for 3.5 hours.
Hey, we had some good talking. We gonna
we
talk
had some
again.
good ass convo. And look, I look forward to seeing you all soon.
All right, love you, Lisa.
Okay, love you too, sis.
All
See
right.
you later, Z.
Good night. Love y'all. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye-bye.
All right.